Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stream. We are back tonight with the Berry Huckleheim crew, and we're going into the Hungarian Grand Prix for today's race, which I'm pretty sure is literally maybe the halfway mark of this season. So we've basically done the first half of this season so far with Berry. Last time, obviously, we had the Silverstone Grand Prix, which was a interesting Grand Prix to say the least. Obviously, we made a bit of a mistake in that race early on. It set us all the way to the back of the grid. We had a little bit of a half spin, so to speak, and it put us round. And yeah, unfortunately, we dropped quite a few places. I think we were running out third or fourth at that time, and then yeah, all of a sudden running last. But we did a very nice undercut, and it got us all the way back to a P3. So we nailed the strategy to kind of minimize the damage limitation, so to speak, around Silverstone. So yeah, a very good race for us. Unfortunately, though, due to that, we have lost out to Fernando Alonso in the championship. The gap has come down quite significantly. Only 24 points separating ourselves and Alonso at this point in time. So Hungary today could be very, very spicy. Very, very spicy. Banana coming with that gifted sub to Boyle to get us going for the stream as well. What a legend. Thank you much, Banana, for that gifted sub to Boyle, buddy. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been chat to welcome Boyle into Vince fam on behalf of Banana. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Make it 100. Well, it's only got 80 to go at this point, so. W Banana for sure. For sure. But yeah, it was a tough Grand Prix in Silverstone. Very tough Grand Prix. But I'm glad we got the podium, because I think if we didn't do that undercut, I think we probably would have got like a 5th or a 6th, if that. So we nailed the strategy really with that mistake, and yeah, we minimized the damage really. So yeah, I know that Hungary, obviously the AI are quite strong around a track like this as well. So we might have to be a little bit careful with that. We probably will run 108 in qualifying. I think for the race we'll probably do about 105. But we'll go in practice and we'll see. But yeah, I'm not too sure exactly how it will fare. Is it worth getting the year subscription to iRace with no guarantee I'll get a wheel soon? Well, I think the deal runs for a little while longer, but either that or you wait till next year, because they run Black Friday deals every single year and it's always the same price. So now's a good time to buy it. They probably won't do any more discounts for a while until then. So it's either now or next year, essentially. So up to you, really. But it is kind of pointless buying it when you haven't got a wheel. That's the only thing. But if you know you're getting a wheel within, like, the next month, maybe, then I'd say it's probably worth it for sure. Definitely worth it. What up, Red Codes again, mate? Just had homemade chips and gravy. Absolutely beautiful. Love that route. That's a very northern thing, isn't it? Chips and gravy. To be fair, I mean, obviously, that is kind of like what poutine is, really. Put cheese on it, and that is literally poutine. And I quite like poutine, so. I had my first ever poutine while I was in Canada a couple years ago, and never looked back since. Never looked back since. What up, extras again, dudes? What up, Ellen? U plus reserve versus punch reserve for the constructors this weekend, bro. I'll be doing my best, GB. I'll do my best. I'm not going to practice a huge amount, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not going to practice a huge amount because I'm not someone who really does love the Creator Series. However, I will put a show on, don't you worry. I struggled a bit in Qatar. I mean, even with the regular track limits, I still wasn't able to exploit them as much as everyone else. So, as long as the wildcard is something that I can get on with, we will be up there. I promise. I'll do my best. I was playing F1 2019 yesterday, doing my driver career mode. Oh, what a game, man. 2019 and 2020, best F1 games, in my opinion. After that, they kind of steadily declined. But yeah, 2019 and 2020, best F1 games that they've made, in my opinion. If we got a 2020 game next year, I'd be very happy. I think everyone would be very happy. But I don't think we're going to, as it stands. So, what up, Galaxy? How's it going, man? But yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So, this is how the championship is currently faring out as we head into the midway mark of the season. I'm pretty sure, like, between Silverstone and Hungary, it's pretty much the halfway point of this season. Like, let's count, actually. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay, so we're actually after Hungary. As soon as we finish Hungary, we'll be at the halfway mark of the season. So, we'll call this the halfway point, essentially. From Belgium onwards, we're into the second half of the season. So we're still just about inside that first half. Obviously, we did remove Miami in the calendar, and we put in we put in Portugal. So, that does kind of make sense, to be fair. That does make sense. What did you think of Qatar? It was an amazing race. I think, honestly, a lot of the drama kind of stemmed from the FIA themselves, really, didn't it? Yeah. I mean, what do I even say about it? It was a calamity. It was disgraceful, honestly. I know it was the director's first day on the job, but come on. even us as fans, we all knew that it was very obvious there was a problem with that mirror being in the middle of the circuit. And the fact it took them that long, it basically took Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton almost destroying their cars for them to bring a safety car out. But by that point, it was way too late. That VSC should have been implemented within half a lap of that wing mirror being noticed in the middle of the track. So it was, yeah, really, really poor from the FIA. I think the penalties they handed out were extremely harsh as well. I think Lando getting a 10-second stop-go was way too OTT. Me personally, I probably would have given a 10-second time penalty because it was on the double wave yellows. So it is, you know, when it's double waved, it is pretty serious, but I think a 10-second stop-go for it was a bit harsh. So I personally would have given just a 10-second time penalty personally, but the FIA did FIA things yesterday. Stewards did steward things, race director did race director things. It was just a bad day to be part of the FIA yesterday. A very bad day. Whereas Miami, we removed Miami. But yeah, this other season is shaping up so far. So as I was saying, we are 24 points up on Fernando Alonso at the moment. Last amount in Silverstone, obviously, we got a P3 for ourselves, 15 points, and Fernando Alonso got 25. You almost got the fastest lap, but thankfully Charles Leclerc did take it away right at the end. So Alonso nearly gained that one extra point of us, but instead right now, the gap is 24 instead of 23. So we can be a little bit grateful for that. But we still have a decent gap, but obviously 24 points this stage of the season is still pretty tight. So we've got to keep on our toes, we've got to try and do the best we can, and hopefully in Hungary today, we can do just that and get ourselves a tasty result. Has it always been a second stop go for what Lando did? Not from what I recall. But to be fair, I mean, I don't remember the last time a penalty actually got handed out for failing to slow under double wave yellows. I think I've seen it happen in qualifying, and even then, the most they give is a 5-place grid penalty. And if you ask me, a 5-place grid penalty does not equate to a 10-second stop go. So it's more like maybe a 10-place grid penalty, if anything. So yeah, I don't know. It did seem harsh from what I personally think, but there are 3 other examples. They were all stop and go. I mean, I guess if others were stop and go as well, then that's consistency for you. I still do think the penalty is harsh, though. That's what I mean, though. Like, yes, although there may be examples of it, you know, of it being consistent in a way, that's good. At least there's some sort of consistency there. However, I do think the penalty is too harsh. That's what I would say. Lewis got a 10-second stop go in 2020 for going in pit lane while closed. That's completely different. that is completely different. Right. Keep tires below 120 degrees. Complete forward search without damaging your car. Keep tire... We've got damage on the car. Should be alright round here. Corner speed should be fine. If we're at the front, we might be able to overtake cars, so especially at a track like Hungary. In practice, complete lap music at least 3 sets of tires. Incur no more than 1 penalty during the weekend. We'll do our best for that. And we'll do... Perfect the 2 programs. There we go. There was no double wave yellows. I did see the onboard of Lando Norris. So apparently the world feed didn't show that it was a double wave yellow, whereas onboard did. However, the double wave yellow came out very late for his vision. However, there probably were further yellows down the line that he maybe didn't notice. And honestly, in my opinion, I think a bit of criticism probably should go to his radio engineer, in my opinion, too. I think, what's his name? Will something, whoever his engineer is. I think he's got to take a bit of criticism as well. Because he should be on the radio to Lando saying, double wave yellows, lift off a little, or something like that, you know? Yeah, Max saw it, but you know what Max is like. Max is a robot. He always knows those sorts of things. He's very quick on it, which is why he obviously knew that Lando had obviously broken it, because he caught up a lot. So, Max doing his Max ways, basically, essentially. But yeah, I think a bit of criticism has got to go to the radio engineer for Lando about not being quick enough on the radio to say there's double wave yellows in your section, lift off, you know? So, in my eyes, I think the radio engineer's got to take a bit of the blame. Maybe I'm deflecting a little bit, I don't know, but I'm not a Lando fan, so. Alex Joseph, I don't know who it is. I don't know who his engineer is, but I don't follow Lando or McLaren close enough to know. Max has a rule book in his dash. Honestly, he's pretty impressive, isn't he? He's pretty impressive in that regard. He kind of... It's like he reads the rulebook before going to bed or something. Memorizing every little thing. Maybe he's got photographic memory. Maybe it's one of those. It's like the Mike Ross of F1. F1 manager knowledge is not cocaine. I don't know who it is. I really don't. It could be him. It might not be. Someone who follows Lando will probably know. What wheel do I use? The mods are unknown with the FSR. Will Joseph? I don't know. I won't know, Root. I'm telling you I don't know. Am I a Max fan? I am, yeah. Yeah, like I say, I think the engineer does need to take a bit of blame for it, so. They should abandon the FIA. I mean, the entire thing yesterday was a clown show, it really was. So it does look like we are going to get a mostly dry weekend here. Qualifying in the race is going to be dry. The practice is going to have a little bit of rain in it. Only an FP2, though. We might not see that because we might just miss it, but FP1's going to be dry. FP3 is going to be dry as well, but all in all, shouldn't be too bad. So let's get the cars set up. First of all, we'll use an older spec, as always, for FP1. These ICs are getting a bit worn, but we should be okay to use number 1 for FP1 and FP2. We'll switch this number 2. Same for this. Same for this. All this going to be number 2. Looks like it. We're going to have 1 on the gearbox. There we go. That should be the setup we use for today. This is how the R&D's looking so far in the midway mark of the season as well. As you can see, it's very tight across the entire top 9. I was about to say top 10, but then I saw the sub was quite far from Williams. So, yeah. You can't see it. What do you mean you can't see it? Why can't you see it? Oh, you can't see it. What the hell? Hold on. 1 second. Let me fix that for you. There we go. Do you see it now? No, it freezes every time I... Hold on 1 second. Every time I Alt-tab, it changes the thingy. Why is there no lock on this? Put it about there, should do. Okay, let's try again. Is it gonna work this time? No. Ah, there we go. Now it works. Finley getting a sub as well. Oh, sorry, Finley continuing their sub, I should say, actually, from Abstract. Thank you, Finley, for continuing your sub there. I appreciate that, dude. Blake, there's a follow as well. I appreciate it, dude. You should get an anniversary soon, Finley, so keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on it. The chaos yesterday was prevented by the FIA. Yes, it very much was. It very much was. I think either way, Lando probably would have got that penalty because the yellow flags came out quite early for him. So he probably would have got that penalty regardless. But everything after that, definitely avoidable. Definitely avoidable. But yeah, for those who missed it, this is how the R&D is looking so far. Very, very tight across the top 9, really. I would have said top 10, but as you can see, Sauber are quite far down in the R&D right now. So the top 9 are very, very close together, and anyone can really win this race. Obviously, right now, our championship battle is kind of between ourselves and Fernando Alonso, so we'll see how that fares out for the for today. But without further ado, we're going to drop the AI to 108 for practice, I think, just to get an idea of how the AI is around here, because I know they're quite strong here. So we'll go with 108 and crack on with FP1. Can I hear your opinions on Ocon being dropped? Disgraceful, disgusting, and honestly, a shame. Big shame. I think the Alpine have really, yeah, very disappointed in Alpine. Very disappointed. Ocon has been there for many years. I'm not a big Ocon fan. Everyone who watches me knows I'm not a big Ocon fan. However, Ocon has brought you one of your only wins in a long time. He's brought you a good few podiums as well by this point. And this is how you treat him. You're going to throw him away right before the end of the race, or the final race of the season, when you're in a constructor's battle for P6. Make it make sense. All because you didn't want him to do a test with Haas? Like, come on. It's so petty. It's so petty from Alpine. It's really disappointing. I did, K-Cray. I didn't really want to go into it too much, to be honest with you, because it looked disgusting. But yeah, I did see the leaks. I did see the leaks. Zanny, thanks for following me. Appreciate it. Was it not Ocon's call? Alpine basically... So the reason why this happened is because Alpine refused to allow Ocon to do the Haas test if he participated in the final race of the season. The only way they'd allow that is if he missed out on the final race. But why? Why not still let him do it? You know, end the year on with a bang, try and get that P6 to Constructors, and then let him go and do his thing after. You know? Why have you got to be so petty? Why'd you have to do that? It's just so unnecessary from Alpine, in my opinion. Very petty. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just petty. I'm happy for Duan, though. Me too. I like Duan. I think it's a good driver. I think he'll come good for Alpine, but I think he's kind of being thrown in the deep end a little bit, you know. He's been thrown into a car that he's barely driven. You know, he probably does a simulator work and all that sort of stuff, but he's not really done a lot of track work with it. He's being thrown into it on the final race of the season when they're 6 points off in the Constructors' Battle. Like, really? Is it an Alpine thing or an FIA thing not allowing the test? Well, Carlos Sainz is being allowed to do the Williams testing, so I don't think it's FIA. I don't think it's FIA. Mercedes also allowed Lewis to do it for Ferrari. However, they also scheduled media days and stuff for him, so he decided to do that instead. So I'm pretty sure they are allowed to do it. I mean, it's happened before as well, I'm pretty sure, so... Haas doesn't have a sim either? No, so, yeah. Good luck, Esteban. I don't know, it's very strange. Jack doing more DNF under pressure? I don't know, I think it'll be fine. I don't think he'll score points. I think he'll probably be like floating around 14, 15, that sort of area, but yeah, I don't know. It should have been Ocon driving the final race. I feel for him. He wasn't really given a fair send-off, is the way I like to see it, I think. Especially for how much he's served Alpine in the last few years, too. Still can't believe the cars will be driving a Williams. It's a bit of a weird sight, isn't it? I still can't picture it. I need to see it to believe it, you know?
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Usually contracts are through to the final day of the year. It seems generous if they let their driver test. Most of the time, they don't really have any problems with it. Because, honestly, there's only, like, what? A few weeks until that happens anyway, and there's nothing going on. So, most of the time, they don't really care too much. So, I don't know. I think it's Alpine being petty. I think it's Alpine being very petty. Who's getting the Red Bull seat? It's not been confirmed. When you say RB, do you mean Red Bull or Racing Bull? Because, both are kind of in question right now. Lek, thanks for following on Twitch as well, mate. Appreciate it. Welcome in. I think it'll push Albon as he's not really had a competitive teammate since Verstappen, for sure. I mean, it's when it's Colin Pinto is probably the most competitive he's had at Williams so far, isn't it? So... for the Racing Bull. So, the rumors right now is Lawson's being preferred to Tsunoda for Red Bull, which means Yuki will probably stay at Racing Bull, and then Hadjar probably gets promoted as it stands. That's the way it seems to be at the moment. Which obviously at the moment leaves Perez kind of seatless for next year. And with all the rumors are saying as well, apparently Abu Dhabi is kind of make or break for Checo. So if he doesn't sort it out, he might not even have a seat next year. Pierre deserves that seat at Red Bull. I wouldn't go that far. Although, I don't think Gasly or Albon, respectively, were given enough time at Red Bull. I'm going to bring the brake bites up a little bit. Had a bit of rear slides on the brakes. But that's the current rumors. Perez Q2 exit. Yeah, if Perez gets through to Q2, then you know Red Bull have got a good car that weekend. If it gets knocked out in Q1, they probably have a pretty mid car. Every race with make or break. I'm not holding my breath for him getting sacked. Getting kicked out as much as I want. It does feel like it could very, very easily be like a easy to say sort of thing for Red Bull, right? Because they'd have to break his contract. He's still got another 1 year on his contract. So they would need to break his contract, which means he'd be owed money. Plus, on the other side, they'll be losing money from his sponsors. So, and, I mean, Red Bull probably do make a good amount of money in itself. But they'll never say no to extra cash, especially from, you know, Kit Kat and stuff. What up, Deadpool? Thank you, Kekray. That was Rush. Could Yuki not get a chance at Red Bull? I don't know what it is, but Red Bull do not seem interested in Yuki. And I don't understand in the slightest. They really seem to prefer Lawson. I don't know why. Yuki's been in F1 for what? 3, 4 years now? I think it's developed into a pretty mature driver. I don't see him as like a world champion or anything like that, but I think he'd do a great job in that second seat. I mean, would he really do better than Perez? Yes. Easily. He would not do worse than him, that's for sure. This is the same Sergio Perez that's been outscored by Zhou Guanyu in the last 4 races. Like, come on. Yuki joined in 2021. So yeah, he's been around for a good bit then. I mean, I think it's time, you know. But Red Bull just don't want to take that gamble. I don't know what it is. And I think if Red Bull don't call him up, I think he really is going to look at Aston Martin for 2026 with that Honda partnership. Or Toyota and Haas. Something like that maybe as well. And the hard sides do feel a little bit squirmy in the middle section, but overall not too bad. And if about yesterday's race, the F1 race, very bitter. Even as a Max fan, it wasn't a feel-good win. Just because it felt kind of overall very sour about the entire race. Obviously, it was a good win for Max. You know, he did nothing wrong, but yeah, it definitely wasn't one of those you look back on with
got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
a lot of tastes. Yellow flags in the sector 2, but I think it was just someone going a bit slow. Why am I a Max fan? Why can't I be? I grew up as a big Michael Schumacher fan. And then I took a little bit of a hiatus from the sport, which is when Schumacher also retired from F1 as well. And then when I came back to F1, like to watching it and stuff, Verstappen had his breakthrough, and his driving style reminded me a lot of Schumacher's, so naturally started spoiling him because of that. Because he's Dutch, yeah. Don't you see the dat in my name? In Dutch, that means that. I'm basically half Dutch. How did the 5th second kilometer race go yesterday? Honestly, I struggled quite a bit. My pace kind of sucked yesterday. I think I was running probably a little bit slow on the wings. But, yeah, my pace wasn't great. I think Galactic ended up winning it by... It was pretty close, actually, between him and Zio, but it looked like a good battle. I mean, like, Verstappen is a pure racer. I think he's the most purest racing driver on the grid. Like, he's all about motorsports. He's a big racing guy. Even outside of F1, all he does is sim race, and he's always expressed his interest in doing a lot of other motorsports, and I have mad respect for that. I think a lot of F1 drivers are only looking at F1. They don't want to do anything else. F1 is their only goal in life. And Verstappen kind of just wants to do everything. Max goes motor racing, facts. Especially in 2021. What season are we on? Season 3. Oh, a little too throttle happy. Well, I was going to pay anyway, so. Guides are wiping the floor, as he tends to do, to be fair. As he tends to do. That's why the hard tires are a little bit hit and miss sometimes. What's the tire temps as well? Yeah, rears did come up a little bit. Should have gone hard from the start yesterday. I probably should have, to be fair. I thought doing a double medium might work, but then the safety car came out, so I thought maybe taking hards to the rain would be good at that point. What if Max was in endurance race instead of F1? He would love it. He's really loved doing it on iRacing and stuff. He's participated in a lot of events and stuff in the past, so I think Max would really enjoy it. I would love to see him win the 24 Le Mans. Would love to see it. And maybe with Aston Martin coming into the top class of Le Mans as well, and the WEC, I think that might entice him a little bit. You know, dangle the carrot. What do you think about the George and Max thing, with Max doing respect for George? I mean, obviously, difficult for us to really say what happened, but Max was very vocal about, you know, George in that steward's room, saying, you know, he'd never seen someone push so hard for someone to get a penalty and stuff. So, yeah, I think, honestly, a lot of Mercedes fans actually kind of agreed with Max, especially the Lewis fans. Shock horror. But a lot of the Lewis fans were also agreeing with Max as well, saying, you know, we've been saying this for a while. So, right. Tire management and race strategy to go. Let's do tire management. We use soft tires. For that, we use the mediums for the racetrack, as always.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Do you think Ferraris can win the Constructors? I'd like them to, but it probably will be McLaren. Only for him to lose the advantage 5 seconds into the race. Well, yeah, that was kind of the mistake Russell made. Russell made the mistake of pissing Max off, and honestly, that's probably the last thing you want to do. That is the last thing you want to do, is piss Max off. Because he will absolutely murder into turn 1 if he has to. I think it was kind of inevitable, really. Hello, Lucas. Oh, hello. Ricardo's checking up on me. George cries more than Lewis. I mean, George is quite the master of he just turned into me. He's very good at that. Thoughts on show points? Very happy for him. Nice way to kind of see out his F1 career, because I don't think he'll be back, so... It's not a great year, Zhou. I mean, the car is very bad. I don't think Zhou's a bad driver. I think yesterday kind of proved that in a way. I think he's had a bad season in a car that's also extremely bad, so... When the car is struggling that much, it's always difficult to kind of prove yourself in a way, so... Yeah. But honestly, going from Bottas and Zhou to Hulkenberg and Bortoletto, it is quite the upgrade. Hulkenberg also didn't have a great race yesterday, so... Alright, let's get a bit of time management. I think soft tires around here probably are going to melt a little bit quicker than everything else. I say a little bit quicker, quite significantly quicker. Don't think soft tires last that long around here, but let's see if we can manage to wet. Show TikTok some love? What do you mean? Just an unfortunate F1 career for him? Yeah. I remember his debut for Alfa Romeo, scoring points in Bahrain. That was pretty impressive. I thought, damn, maybe there is a driver here. And he did do it a few times after that, scored points here and there. But yeah, this year was always going to be a struggle in that absolute tractor. Twitch is better? Facts. Twitch is clear. Always has been, always will be. Lee, thanks for following on Twitch for me. Appreciate it, dudes. That was 5 minutes ago, that follow, so... Apologies just a little bit late to that, but thank you for following me. Appreciate it. Ooh, bit of a snap on the exit. But I think that's a purple. Ah, nearly a purple. Nearly a purple. We are first in the speed trap as well, which is interesting. Looks like our straight line speed is going to be quite strong here, which is maybe not a good thing, considering it's a track not so notorious for its straight lines. At least we didn't have a Haas in 2021. Yeah. Yeah, the Haas 2021 car was something special in a bad way. At least this year, Sauber did manage to score points. It took them to the second last round of the season, but they did do it. Oh, I did put a bit too much tire wear on this one. I'll have to take it a little bit easier next lap. Do you have the R9 base? I do. Yeah, that lap wasn't too good on tire wear. 13.5 though, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, Jam. Not bad at all, man. I think my PB in Bahrain's like a low 27, so... Like 27.4, 27.5, I think. So more mid 27, actually, but... I'm guessing you're probably using quite a few assists to get you going, right? This corner here probably hurts the tires, so let's take a bit easier here. Wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. I think the tires at this point are probably a little bit too hot, really. Which is why the tire wear is not quite as good as the first lap. How many Newton meters in your base? The R9 has 9. The good thing with Monza is it's very easy to see how many Newton meters of torque your base has. Because it's signified in the model number. Like the R9 has 9, the R12 has 12, R5 has 5. Yeah, I was a little off the delta that time. Okay. Well, to be fair, we got very close to purple. Very, very close. Okay, we're going to go for... Oh, what's the tire on, actually? 6%, 8%. Left side's going to be a little bit sketchy today. So, I think what we'll do is we'll charge up this lap, and we'll go for a bit of a push lap next time around, and see how we do. Yeah, it's not exact route, it's just kind of... They should round it, really. It should be the R4. But either way, you get the point. If the number is a torque, what's the letter for? No idea. I'm sure there's probably a reason for the letter or something, I don't know. I've tried no ABS, but I was struggling so much. Yeah. Yeah, we already said that the pedals on the Logitech aren't that great. Going no TC and no ABS on the Logitech pedals is something. Oh, a little bit close to Paris here, but we'll see. Hello, Joey. Oh, hello, Backen's kicking around. Yeah, we are going to catch Checo here, aren't we? A little bit sketchy there, chicane. Funny, Rodmate caught the flu. I could tell with how quick you banned. It is that season for it, isn't it? It is that season. Yeah, but they actually improved there. I was pushing the car quite hard. I guess tire wear maybe was starting to peak a little bit. Plus the rear left temperature, 102 degrees. Spicy. Spicy. What's better, Monza or Fanatec? I would personally pick Monza. I think Monza's got a better ecosystem. I know Fanatec recently got bought up by Corsair, but I personally would pick Fanatec. I think their ecosystem's a lot better. I think their value for money's much better than Fanatec's as well. I think it's a much better choice. What's up, Nico? Almost unbanned. You'd have given his screen a seizure doing that. Alright, that should do us for FP1, I think, then. We're actually about to run out of fuel, so... Pretty good timing. We'll just trundle them into the pits. What brand did you say recommend? Mossa. Dewey's not messing around. When Dewey's ill, he's not one to be messed with. He's a mank. He's got the flu. He's gonna be the moodiest motherfucker around. That in itself is like a recipe for cold blood, you know? What level is your difficulty? Usually we're 110. We're running at 108 for now because the AI here is very good, so. I don't know, Dre, I want to. I mean, Dana's found more friends that live in the Manchester area now, so there's more reason for her to go there now, so hopefully soon. Maybe in the new year we'll do something. Maybe in the new year. Do it, Halleck. Do it. Oh, I thought, sorry, Joey. This is why it's good to at people. My bad. It's okay. I just kind of invited myself there. That's alright, I see. You're not interested in me. I get it. Does Mozza have any console-compatible wheels? The only compatible wheelbase with Xbox is the R3. That's it at the moment. However, there is a certain rim you can get which makes any wheelbase compatible with Xbox. I think it's the CSV2, I think it is, or something like that. Or CWV2, I can't remember exactly what it is. But there is a wheel that you can get, and you put it on a wheelbase, and it'll be compatible. It'll make any base compatible with Xbox, but nothing PlayStation at the moment. I think that's one side where Mozza need to get on a bit more. They need to get a bit more sort of compatibility on PlayStation and Xbox. Ferrari will humble you. Okay. Right, that should do us for time management. That's good for track acclimatization as well, and that should do us for FP1. We weren't really able to get a good push lap there on the fresh tires, so our time's a little bit off at the moment. But I think when we go on a fresh tire, we should be in a pretty good spot. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby. I made Jack and his family 1.3k from the horses today. You should get some commission, Luke. Yeah, exactly what Dewey said. Why do I think it was pronounced as Musa and spelled as Mozza? I don't know. I see some people say, like, Moser.
And that's it. Practice is officially over.
It shows up a device for console compatibility. Not sure it was, but you can go check that out. Is it like a third-party device, Noob, or is it something that's provided by Fanatec or Mozza or something? Because I know there is, like, there is a wheel that Mozza make, and it does make any wheelbase compatible with Xbox, but I assume it's probably a third-party device of some sort. Right, that is FP1 done with for now, ladies and gentlemen. Lando Norris on top so far by nearly 4/10 to Carlos Sainz in second, Lance Stroll in third, Hamilton, Piastri, Ocon, Leclerc, Albon, and ourselves in ninth there, with Daniel Ricciardo right below us. But of course, like I say, we're doing time management laps on that. So they want to start pushing those laps a little bit more. We should get to around where Carlos is, which is good. Verstappen at P11, Tsunoda at P12, Russell, Alonso, and Hulkenberg in that 11th to 15th range. And you can see the bottom five there of Joe, Gasly, Sargent, Perez, and Behrman. Perez is a hard tire there as well. So I see when he goes into medium, he'll be a bit faster, and a soft even faster. So, yeah, okay. FP1 over and done with. Let's move on to FP2. Can't remember anything on the device existing. I should try and check that video out. It'd be good, good info to hand to people. 5 minutes for a joke, don't mess with Dewey. Dewey's not one to be messed with. You should have learned that from day one, Jam. What up, Galactic? How's it going, mate? Cooling system fault!
Alright, get ready to jump out if you get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system and it's going to take us a few minutes to correct it.
Oh, wow. Wet tires right now, Jesus. When's it going to dry up here? What team is winning the constructors? In real life or in Alcree, you mean? Half an hour, it starts to drop a bit more. 45 minutes. Ooh. We're not going to get a lot of time here, are we? You're skipping this time, right? No, we're going to sit here for the next 5.5 minutes to watch it. We're not doing anything else today. We're just going to watch this timer go down. You thought you'd be getting content here? Nah. This is a time countdown stream. Obviously, we're going to skip it. In our career, right now, we're leading the constructors. I just don't remember how many points we have over whoever's in second. Okay, let's skip on this time until it dries up. I think we're going to be skipping for a while, though. Do you want a killing spree? Burst UAV inbound? Oh, not that big of a killing spree, then. This is riveting content, Vince. I'm glad you all enjoy it. Merge prediction hasn't been paid out. Oh, can a mod do that? Can a mod pay out the merge prediction? What is it? We're on the trusty Red Bull. We haven't been so trusty this season. Okay, half an hour done. What's the weather like? Is it still... Oh, some people are on soft tires. It does look a little greasy out there, though. I might give it another 5 minutes. Oh, dude. Even then, the lap times still aren't great. Maybe another 5 minutes. There we go. Now I see the time's come down. And you know the time's coming down when Sergio Perez is on top. Right, okay, let's go to the medium tires. Let's go to race strategy. We'll start some of these laps. And then we'll get some time to do some quali laps after.
Up to temp and get yourself in the zone.
Is that what he did? He asked for mods. Skip FP2 and go FP3. I don't usually do FP3. I had to just get all the other programs done in FP3 by quick practice. Can I even delete messages on mobile? I don't know. Actually. I think you can just do like the basic modding of timing out and banning, and that's it. I don't think there's much else you can do. Bruv. Did he not get the idea? Did he just not get the idea? In my career mode, I moved from Williams to VCARB. I got bored of Williams after 3 seasons, and VCARB are third best. To be fair, VCARB are doing really well in this career as well. They've won quite a few races. I think they've got like the 4th best car or something at the moment. They were like 2nd at one point. How about Jack doing an Alpine this weekend? It's interesting. Throwing him in the deep end with that constructors battle, aren't they? Very harsh on Ocon as well. Very, very harsh. I probably shouldn't let Stroll go, actually, but... we'll just back off a little bit. Try and get as much room as we can. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, let's go do a few race pace laps. Then we're to a 14-2. That seems pretty difficult, actually. We'll see. Five tenths up out of turn 3, to be fair. It's not too bad. Oh, hello. Bit of a snap on the exit. Thank you, Ollie. How do you think Hamilton would do a Ferrari next season? Difficult to say, actually, to be honest. I think he's having a bit of a horrible time right now with Mercedes. I don't know. I think it is true. I do think his abilities have declined a little bit. I don't think he is the driver that he once was. But I still do think he's got enough to get an 8th World Championship. However, I don't know how much I can trust Ferrari with that. Ferrari have been very hit and miss. And granted, they have been more stable and a bit kind of, you know, pointed the right direction by Frederick Vasseur, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I trust Ferrari over the entire season to give him a car for World Championship, you know? That's a good final setup. Flex it, you know what to do. Flex it, if you haven't already. You think it's Norris' season next year? As long as he improves on his consistency, then it should be. Again, McLaren built a very strong car this year that was quite consistent as well, so if they do that again next year, then Norris should be world champion. However, I think, you know, he was such a big chances this year that he didn't quite take the opportunity for, so. I'd imagine McLaren should be strong next year. I don't have a lot of trust in Red Bull. I think Red Bull are going to struggle next year. There's already been quite a few fears about them already, so Red Bull next year won't be as good as they were at the start of this season. They fell off massively for the most part. If Norris loses second to the drivers, I'm about to switch favorite drivers. I mean, honestly, Norris finishing third in a 2-horse race would be kind of crazy. Reminds me of Tottenham Hotspur in 2016. Do you believe that esports is a real sport? Anything's a sport if you want it to be. Here's my favorite driver, Verstappen. Fernando will be there for the championship next year. I like your faith. However, as a fellow Aston Martin fan, I wish I shared that faith. Battery seems to be doing okay so far, actually. Verstappen for someone's favorite driver is crazy. Is it? (13.6) new best lap, actually. He's the most disliked driver in the grid and very dangerous and clueless. Yep, and that's why he's a 4-time world champion. Nice guys don't win. Who's your favorite F1 driver of all time? Schumacher. Michael Schumacher, I should say. Not Mick. Nice guys don't win. Hamilton with 8 titles. Hamilton was not a nice guy while he was winning. Definitely not. He had a demon aura about him. Even most Hamilton fans will say that. He had a very demonic aura about him.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run. So
New fast lap as well. Jesus. These medium tires keep getting better. All right. Good job. P9. We'll take that. Lando is fastest right now. Hamilton below us in P11. Norris in P7. We're in 9th right now, so not the best we could do, I don't think, actually. We'll have to have a look at the times we get into the pit, but a 13.4 felt okay, so Holly, thanks for following on Twitch. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Only with Bottas he was good? I don't think that's true. Even before Bottas came in, it was still doing solid. I think Bottas was a better teammate to have than someone like Rosberg. Rosberg was also quite a feisty character. Are you going to sit here and tell me you watch Fangio race 80? Although, to be fair, you probably are old enough for that, so I take that back, actually. I'll take that back. 2025 World Constructors prediction: McLaren, Ferrari, Aston, Red Bull, Mercedes, Haas, Racing Bull, Alpine, and then I assume you probably put Sauber last. Mercedes 5th is interesting. Very interesting. You probably don't have a lot of faith in Anthony, I guess. I would probably... I'd probably say McLaren, Ferrari is probably accurate. I'd probably put Mercedes 3rd. It'll be tight for 3rd between Mercedes and Aston. Sorry, Mercedes and Red Bull, I think. I don't think Aston will be a good car next year. I know they've got Nui next year. However, we probably won't see the best of Nui's work until the new regulations come through in 2026. So most likely, I think it will be McLaren, Ferrari, either Mercedes or Red Bull. They'll be 3rd or 4th, one way around, I don't know. Aston probably 5th. And then God knows about the rest. They can be very volatile, the bottom 5. Sometimes they're fantastic, sometimes they're just awful. Sauber most likely will be last, though. That's probably one thing for sure. Ryan, thanks for following Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in. It's just Mira's driving a Bahrain. It's a lot of understeer. It is quite an understeery circuit, but it could also be setup orientated. Right, so on the medium tires, we're 3 tenths down on Lando Norris and 4 tenths down on Carlos Sainz as well. Yeah, that's not great, is it? That's not great. Can we, like, stop with all the timeouts? You think Alpine will finish with Aston Martin next year? The thing is, I feel like the second half of the year, Aston Martin will be a good car. Not an amazing car. I don't think we're fighting for podiums or anything like that. But I feel like in the first half of the season, we're not going to see too much from Aston Martin. It'll be fairly similar to this year. But in the second half, we'll probably see more about, you know, what they'll be like in 2026. So that's why I think Aston Martin will probably get 5th spot. I don't think they'll be near the top 4. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the other teams as well. Alpine will be interesting because obviously, you know, we don't really know how Jack Doohan will be right now. He might struggle a bit. Who knows? So it's tough to say. Obviously, Sauber have got a completely different lineup. Haas got a new lineup as well. So it's difficult to say how those teams will do with completely new drivers in their teams. How was Qatar, by the way? Which one? The real one? Or the or the Creator Series? I'm not gonna lie, it was flooding my screen, Jam. It was bothering me. Creator Series? I don't know if you saw the wildcard Falcon, but we had regular track limits as the wildcard. So it wasn't amazing. I didn't have the best time. We finished P8, so I don't mind it too much. Honestly, most of the time if I finish the top 10 in the Creator Series, I'm fairly happy because I barely even bother practicing for the Creator Series anymore. So if I'm in the top 10, I'm fairly content with that. But yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of the regular track limits. I think it made the driving standards quite poor. You know, people were obviously exploiting it to the maximum and stuff, and it just, yeah, it was a little bit weird. In qualifying, it was okay, but in the race, it wasn't too good, so. Right, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go do a few quali laps then. Fuel's ready at the minimum, which is good. So, we've only got 7 minutes to go, actually, so we're not going to get a lot of laps out here, but let's see what we can do.
Set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
What diff are you using today? Diff is in the differential or the difficulty? Both GPs were shite? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the real GP was just terrible race direction. And I think Creator Series was probably just poor wildcard. Both had some poor choices, let's say that. Poor choice from race directors in the Rule F1. Poor choice of wildcard from the organizers in Creator Series. Favorite footballer? Right now, probably Odegaard.
3 more laps.
Guy is sensational. Have I ever been to watch a race? In person? Not an F1 one, no. I've watched a lot of other motorsports, but I've never watched an F1 race. I've never seen it as value for money, really, in F1. Sexy as well. He is a looker, isn't he? He is a looker. Go to Silverstone? Not worth the money. Way too overpriced. If they were value for money, would you go? You'll understand? I hope so. I want to go to one abroad, though. I don't really want to go to Silverstone. I'd rather go to, like, Spa. Spa seems like the best value for money. Incredible racetrack. Got a lot of rich history and a very good price as well. That's probably the one I'd go to. Either that or I'd go to, like, Zandvoort or Hungary or something like that as well. Monza's the place. See, I heard that at Monza, the crowd, not, I can't remember what it was, but the crowd were treated like shit, basically. The fans were treated like shit. There was a very, like, big lack of water supply. I think that was the same for Spain as well. People couldn't get simple things like water and stuff around Spain, which is, not a good look. And I heard Monza was the same.
That's 5 minutes to go.
Oh god, backhand's kicking around. A bit of improvement. I mean, we're still quite far off though. Jeez. 13-2. Spain crowd management was awful when we went. Had people passing out. Yeah. Yeah, and those are the things I don't really want to get involved with. Like I said, I've been to a lot of other racing events. I've never had any issue with that. And with that being a big thing in F1, that's the last thing I want to get involved with. I'm sure you can still make some fantastic memories, but yeah. They do a thing at Spa where you can drive a Porsche around for some hot laps too. Spa is just an all-round W. It's an all-round W. Which was a bit tough in Monza the last 2 years. I'm sure it's amazing at Monza. Like, I'm sure being a part of the Tifosi and stuff and being a part of the home crowd is awesome. The atmosphere always seems electric there. But, yeah, the management of the crowd and stuff isn't great. Okay, so back into the pit. So they've got 3.5 minutes to go. So we'll only get one more quali lap out here. How many laps are normally in an endurance race? It's timed. Doesn't really matter about the laps. There's no... It very much depends on how long the race is. Depends on the conditions. It's a timed race. It's not a lapped race. Top 3 tracks. For me, Spa, Japan, and... I really like Spain, but it's not amazing racing there. But I love driving around it. It's a fun track. What else? I really like Singapore as well. I know, it's quite tight for that third spot. There's a lot of tracks I like for that third spot. Even Jeddah as well. I really like Jeddah. I think Jeddah's great for racing and fun to drive on as well. Could argue that for third. If you go to any track for free to watch a race, where would it be? I mean, if I could get like a paddock pass, I think Vegas would be sick. Vegas and Monaco would be sick for it, but depends how limited I am, I guess. Right, let's go to this final lap,
Okay,
and that'll be a stop for practice.
Complete. We're ready to go.
That's supposed to like 24-hour Le Mans or something, I'm guessing? Yeah, because it's 24 hours of racing. And like I say, if you get safety cars and stuff, you get less laps and things, and that is guaranteed to happen in endurance racing, so... Top 3 tracks, Silverstone, Spa, and Jeddah. Yeah. I mean, Spa is basically in everyone's top 3 at this point, really, isn't it? Everyone loves Spa. Everyone's a Spa fan. Even if you're not a Spa fan, everybody's a Spa fan. Which track would you like back on the calendar? There's a few I'd like. I'd like Huckleheim. I'd like Sepang. I'd like Istanbul Park. Even Nürburgring as well. Quite enjoyed Nürburgring. Where would I want to do a pretty hot lap? Any track on F1 included. I've got a few I'd like to do one on. I love Kyalami. Kyalami was is a sick track to drive on. You want Sweden back on the calendar? It's been a long time since we had Sweden. Long, long time.
1 minute to go.
Hello, Sam. Jeddah's always fun to do a lap around as well, but there's a lot of fun tracks. I don't think I can pick one. All right, last lap of practice. Let's see if we can try and actually put a better lap time this time. Is it Sepang in Malaysia? Yes. Oh, God. Fucking kicked right on me when I hit that inside curb. I don't know about tonight, Sam, but I probably can tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow, and I'll have a bit of free time tomorrow. I think tonight Dana's going to be streaming quite late, so unlikely tonight. Fucking hell, man. I want to see the Indy 500 back in the F1 calendar. The Indy 500. I assume you probably mean Indianapolis, not Indy 500. Indy 500 is the name of a race, not the track. Oh, come on. Tried to turn the car in the back and just snapped out on me. Bit of improvement, not by much though. When that person in the end, we probably lost about a 10th from the big snap we had, P9. Think we might be learning the AI a bit today. I was a little bit uncertain about how strong they'd be, and I think it's proven they are pretty strong, so.
And if today's practice is anything to go by,
yeah, but 4 tenths off.
For an exceptional weekend.
Probably going to drop the AI a good couple clicks then. I was worried that the AI round 2 would be quite strong, and sure enough, that is proving that way, so. We probably lost about a 10th from the snap, which would have put us probably where... Oh, to be fair, probably would have put us up like 1 position, maybe. So... Damn. Okay. Maybe 106 AI. Maybe 106. We're at 108 right now or so. Maybe 106. Maybe 105, maybe. I mean, I can't remember what we ran last year. I think we ran like 106 in the race last year and still struggled a bit. So, I don't know what it is about the AI here, but they're so quick. So damn quick. If we have a look at our laps compared to maybe Alonso, we can have a look. So, we did a 26.2 in the first sector. Alonso did a 26.2 as well. Sorry, was that right? Yeah, so we both did fairly equal sector 1s. Middle sector we did a 25.9. He did a 25.4. He's 5 tenths quicker in the middle sector. And then final sector we did a 20.7. And we did a 20.7 as well. So all their time is in the middle sector. That's so strange. So strange. So maybe 105 then should be good. 105 should be about right, I think, for qualifying. And hopefully we can stay at 105 for the race as well, but I'm worried their race pace will be stronger than their quality pace around here. Who do you think will drive for Cadillac in 2026? I think they're going to want an American driver. I feel like Colton Herta or something like that would be someone they try and target. And he'd obviously be down to do it because, you know, anyone would take the chance to get into F1. So they are going to want an American driver. So I can see someone like him coming in for 2026. And then, who knows? Maybe one of the drivers not racing next year. Maybe a Ricciardo, maybe a Magnussen, something like that. Maybe a Bottas. Someone with some experience, you know? Finally had a Yorkshire pudding wrap, but my god, I was ripped off. This is why it's better to just make it yourself. They need to get a super license for Colton Herta, and the FI has been stingy about it. I would imagine he probably is in a better position now than before, so... And it's still got 2 years to qualify for it too, so... I think you're about to get it. I think you're about to get it. £25 for 2 wraps? Ooh, that is quite expensive to be fair. That is pretty pricey. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado then, it is time to get ourselves ready for qualifying here in Hungary. Qualifying round here, as we all know, is very, very important. So we're going to make sure we nail our laps here. We are going to drop the AI a little bit because they are very, very strong at this circuit. But first of all, let's get our car set up for the for Park from A. Do I need a steering wheel to play? No. You can play on controller. I do think the game is more fun on steering wheel, but you can play on controller and still enjoy it. We'll go number 3 on the gearbox. We're using a new gearbox and a new IC, obviously, at the moment. So everything else can stay number 1. The MGUK, MGUH, Energy Store, Turbocharger, and the control electronics can all go to number 1. That should be perfectly fine. Right. Time to gamble. We are almost at that point. Yes, we're almost at that point. So, we are on 108 at the moment. I think 105 should be good. I think it should be good because I don't know what was going on, but we were miles off from them. Even when we were pushing really hard, you know, we were still 3-4 tenths off them. So I think 105 should be okay. Should be okay. What the fuck was bro doing the whole time? What? I've not had a Yorkshire pudding since 2016. You're lying, Nico. You're lying. Since 2016, you've not had a Yorkshire pudding. That's crazy. Right. Okay, I think that, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything set up and done. So, like I was saying, qualifying round here is very, very important. There's not a lot of overtaking opportunities around a track like Hungary, so we need to make sure we nail this lap to set ourselves up for the best position in the race. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's head into Q1 here in Hungary. You can play on keyboard and hate it? True.
No pit stops, no
there were people I knew that played on mouse and keyboard on F1. I don't know how they did it, but they did. Describe Yorkshire pudding to a non-British. It's like a very wide pastry. It's made with like butter and flour and stuff. It's I can't describe it really. It's a pancake. Not really though. Not really. It's like the similar ingredients as a pancake, I guess. But it's a lot more sort of puffy. You'd have to kind of Google a picture of it to really get an idea of what it's like. But it's like a pastry that's really puffy in a way. A dinner pastry? Yeah. Pastry with a hole in the middle and you put gravy in it? Yeah. But although it says a hole, it's like, there is a bottom to it, you know? Like an American biscuit? Not quite. Or maybe you think American biscuit, but big and puffy, but with the middles taken out and the top taken out, essentially. It's exactly a pancake with a rising agent. That's one way of putting it, I guess. Is this a Thrustmaster? No, this is a Mazda. Right, let's get ourselves ready for the opening lap then. So, fuel should be on 3.4 laps, which is fine. Obviously, we've got 3 soft tires available to us for the opening 2 sessions. If we get through to Q3, we get another soft tire available. But of course, as always, we will try and conserve as many tires as we possibly can. So, we'll skip a little bit of time just for the opening of Q1. We'll go to about the 15-minute mark. We like to just do a couple minutes, get a couple of lap times put down from the other drivers, get a little bit of grip formed on the circuit as well. I should do about there. So, first lap time so far is a 13.6 from Yuki Tsunoda. Carlos Sainz now beats out the 13.3. So, that's more like what we were doing in practice. So, hopefully, we can try and nail that on our first lap. So, without further ado, let's crack on with our opening lap in Q1.
Car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Yeah, that's actually true, Cake. That is true. Americans call bread buns English muffins. Really? I know noobs from Canada, but I'm sure they probably still call it the same thing there. Make Yorkshire puddings in a cooking stream? You'd have to ask Dana. That, as I've always said, that sort of stuff is very much on Dana's side. 13-0 from Sergio Perez now. The Mexican driver going fastest. Leclerc going past at turn 1. Piastri in P5 at the moment. There is a little bit of traffic around here at the moment, so we've got to be a little bit careful. I'm eating an English muffin with a peanut butter right now. So you are having a peanut butter sandwich. Yeah, I mean, I call it bread roll as well. English muffin is one way to put it, that's for sure. I mean, a muffin to us in England is like one of those desserts. You know, you get like raspberry muffins and blueberry muffins, all those kinds of things. That's how we usually see muffins. That's like a savory snack. Danny with the crumpet still worries me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The less said about that, the better.
P19.
She's uncultured, allow her. Oh, yeah, the McDonald's muffin, yeah. Yeah, the breakfast muffins and stuff. All right, here we go. First lap of Q1. Tires were a little bit cooler than I'd like, but should still be okay. Let's lock in real quick for this opening lap in Q1. Ooh, bit of a slide. Yeah, I love a good old crumpet. Crumpets are great. Bit of butter, bit of cheese. Melted cheese as well. Gorgeous. 12.9 from Lance Stroll. Here we go over the line for ourselves. 13-0 for ourselves. Nearly near the top. Only a 10th away from Lance Stroll. That's a pretty solid lap, actually, from the Canadian. I think that's all the 20 drivers done their lap so far. Unless Alonso's still doing his, but I don't see him in the top 5 right now, so that's good for us. But at the moment, Lance Stroll on top in Q1. Perez in second place. Ourselves in third with a 13-0. I think Perez was also on a 13-0 as well, so fairly tight at the top at the moment. Verstappen in P4, Leclerc in P5. So I think we've got the AI probably about spot on. I think we nailed the AI. And the tyres only did 3% that left side as well. 4% now on that rear left. So he was at this race IRL this season. Nice. Hungary does look like a good track to go to. Good value for money as well. I think tracks like this, which don't always have great entertainment on TV, are great to watch in person. Which is why I think I'd love to go to Monaco. Thoughts on Lawson going to Red Bull? Yuki robbed, is what I'll say. I like Lawson. I think he's got a good bit of potential about him. But he shouldn't be a Red Bull straight away. Sonoda should be the man going to Red Bull. Don't think I have Tachanka, no. Don't think I have. Beans on crumpets. Not sure about that one. Crumpets aren't really big enough to have beans on them. The crumpet's too small to have beans on. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one. Right, so we did go first in the first sector. 26-0 in the first sector. Really nice middle sector for ourselves. But still, that middle sector is causing a problem, as we can see. Sergio Perez, 25-5 in that middle sector. 25-9 for ourselves. So, probably still a bit more time to find in the middle sector, but it's going to be difficult. Very difficult. And the final sector, we did a pretty good final sector as well, but still not quite enough to take purple away from Max Verstappen in P4. So, the entirety of the top four, less than a tenth away. 99 thousandths between the top four is pretty damn crazy. But I think that lap should be enough to get us through to the final, to the middle qualifying session. Fernando Alonso in P10 with a 13.6. He's, what, a good 6 tenths below us, basically. And our gap to P16 is about, we'll say 7 tenths to Lando Norris. So I think that should be okay for Q1. Let's skip a bit of time. Where's the duck? The duck's in his house right now. He's chilling. Waiting for the wet weather to arrive. Which isn't happening today, unfortunately. Okay, 3 minutes to go in this session. No one has improved from what I can see. Lewis Hamilton down in P15 as well. That's not great for him. I think we're good then. I think we're good for Q1. We've got about 7 tenths to Lando Norris in P16. He probably will improve. He should improve at least on that lap time. So I'm fairly content with that. If I ever split Shankar, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. How many drivers have been doing donuts in Abu Dhabi? Hopefully all of them. I'd love to see the entire grid doing donuts. You know what else is strange but good? Frozen grapes. Never tried. I currently have a kind of sensitive teeth right now until I get my wisdom teeth out, so I feel like I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as as it sounds. American biscuits and gravy is the best breakfast. Does sound pretty good, that, to be fair. That does sound pretty good. How come AI never crashed in quality of the race? Because they're robots. They're not really programmed to do that. They can make mistakes in the race, but I've never seen them make a mistake in quali. They never do it. They never do it. I can't really eat ice cream, so that sounds awful. Yeah, I struggle with ice cream right now. Usually I was okay, but until my wisdom teeth started pushing and made my teeth sensitive, I'm not quite able to eat ice cream enjoyably. So until I get my wisdom teeth out, I probably won't be eating anything like that for a while. So right, that is the end of Q1, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually managed to maintain P3, which is a little bit of a surprise. I thought we'd drop down a couple places, but we are staying P3 at the moment. Lance Stroll, as it stands, is on provisional pole after Q1. Sergio Perez in P2 and ourselves in 3rd place. Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Ocon, Albon, Russell, and Tsunoda all in that top 10 as it stands. Let's see who's eliminated from Q1. And look at that. We've got 3 Brits eliminated in the opening session of qualifying. Lewis Hamilton in P16, Lando Norris in P17, Logan Sargent in P18, and then both the Saubers of Ollie Behrman and Zhou Guan Yu are all eliminated from the opening session, but Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, the 2 big names, knocked out in qualifying. Lando Norris looking so quick in practice as well, but wasn't able to find any time on his final lap, and he is eliminated from Q1. Danny Ricciardo gets through to Q2 alongside Alonso in P12. Not a great lap from the Spaniard, our championship rival right now, of course, Fernando Alonso as well. Pierre Gasly in 13th, Piastri in 14th, and then Nico Hulkenberg in 15th right now as well. But most importantly, 3rd and 6th for the Mercedes. Not too bad for Q1. Definitely can find some more in the final 2 qualifying sessions. On to Q2 we go, ladies and gentlemen. Norris ran wide in turn 7. Yeah, you know that. Lewis out in Q1, real game. Don't worry, Piastri will lead the papaya for you, Andy. Piastri will lead the papaya. Pepper Prime, thanks for following Twitch, mate. Appreciate you as well. Welcome in. The only time I see AI make mistakes in qualifying is when they bin it in Monaco. And I've seen them do it repetitively. It's quite weird. Sheria, I think that says. Probably just said that wrong, but thank you very much for the follow as well. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good start to the week. Right. Let's go on the old soft for now. We'll just give a minute or 2 of time. What up, Kaz? About 30 minutes should do. Oh, there's a bit of a gaggle of cars going that final corner. Someone's going to get held up by that. Who's in that gaggle? Let's see. We've got Ocon there, but there's a Ferrari as well. What the fuck is this? What on earth am I watching? These are on hot laps, by the way. Fajita pasta? You what? Well, these guys will get their lap time screwed up, so that helps me out at least. Anyway, let's get to our first lap, shall we?
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
What exactly is a fajita pasta? Or a fajita, if you're Ben AFC. Bought a GT29 steering wheel in the summer, and I just got a Play C Challenge 80 Fit race jet today. Love it. Let's go, Andy. Great combo. It's so much more fun having like a Play seat as well to go with it, doesn't it? Makes things so much better. 12.6 from Carlos. What the fuck? Have you heard that Ocon's been replaced by Durham for the last race? I have. Sad times for Haas, so you probably won't get P6 now. I don't actually know what the gaps are right now on the bottom half of the constructors. I've kind of only been focusing on the top half, really, so. But I know that it's pretty tight for, is it Aston and Alpine, I think it is? For P6? Maybe someone else.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
Let's get the tyres warmed up. Bit better on the tyre warm up so far. Right side needs a little more if we can, but probably the best we can really do with that. All right, that'll do. Let's get away for our first lap. The first lap might be a little bit slow at the moment because obviously we are using an old soft tyre, but let's see what we can do for this first lap in Q2. Felt like a decent lap, actually. Wow, hello. What a lap. I was not expecting that in Q2. What a lap. On an old soft tyre, that lap just felt like it came together. Maybe we need a rubbered-in tyre or something. God knows. Whew. Everything felt really good about that one. Didn't have a single bit of understeer. Didn't have any oversteer. That was nice. That felt good. You know when everything just feels connected? That's the feeling I had that lap. And I want to keep that. I want to keep that connection, actually.
Okay,
I love that. Verstappen's just gone P2 as well. And then we got that tyre warm up spot on as well, which really helped. Really shows how important it is to get the tyres up to a good temperature before you start your lap. I feel that I'm 1.4 seconds off. Hey, you sound like Lewis Hamilton. Do you play career? Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. What do we think about Verstappen saying George isn't nice off camera? I mean, Verstappen said what all the Mercedes fans have been saying for a long time now. And not Mercedes fans, a lot of the Lewis fans have been saying for a long time. And to be fair, I think most of us saw it. Most of us know about it with George. Like, he's very PR. Russell's always been that way. He's always been very PR. He always comes across very... Is it raining? I don't think it is. I just saw that little... What the fuck is that? Are you guys seeing that? Vince F2 on Friday? If Dane is streaming, then yeah, probably. Probably. It is raining. It did look like it, didn't it? The precipitation is 24% right now, so it's possible we are getting a drop or two of rain. Dude, that lap was so good. Wow. Didn't get purple. We didn't get any purple sectors, actually. None of our sectors were purple. Sainz beat us in the first sector. We beat him everywhere else. And then Verstappen beat us in the final two sectors. So Verstappen had a bit of a poor first sector. If he had a better first sector there, he would be easily on top. So, I mean, honestly, I think that lap is good enough to get us through to Q2. What up, Lich? We're starting on your in-lap. Is it going to increase the precipitation? Wonder if it'll rain for Q3. Stays 24%. I mean, 24% is kind of like on the cusp of rain, really, isn't it? 29%. Maybe it is, you know. In an hour, it jumps to 45. So maybe end of Q3, we'll get a little bit heavier rain. So maybe it's just trickling a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game before, where it just kind of spits a tiny bit like that. I don't know. Either way, though, I'm very happy with that lap. And that's what I care about right now. That lap is easily enough to get us through to Q3, and I was not expecting that. That really felt so good. If we could do a bit more of that in the final session, I'll be very, very happy. So, let's go down to the last few minutes. Can we see any rain on here? Oh, it's definitely raining. 100% it's raining. It's very, very light. Not enough for inters, but it's definitely raining. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the last few minutes. And his provision acts like he's the best, but their drivers would expect. Every F1 driver has an ego about them. I mean, F1 is quite notorious for its egos. Every driver at some point has had an ego about them. The only driver I'd say right now, for me, that doesn't come across with any sort of ego is Piastri. He's like, Piastri's always come across very humble, very calm. I think one day, though, he'll switch. One day he'll develop that ego, he'll develop this kind of darker side. Yuki? No, I think Yuki's got a bit of an ego about him. He's been saying, like, he'd easily challenge Max and stuff in the Red Bull, and that, if you ask me, well, that probably does show a bit of self-confidence. That's quite egotistical to say. Russell might become the next Lando Norris, getting crazy hate for not giving respect to Lewis or Max. I mean, I think Russell is one of those people that's kind of always come across like that anyway, really. Like, he's very two-faced from what Max was saying. You know, he's saying one thing on the camera, but then behind the scenes and stuff to the stewards, he's doing all this. And I think when you lose respect for the drivers like that, the fans kind of hook onto that as well, so. Biggest egos tend to come from drivers in better teams. Hard to have an ego when the car sucks. That's true, but again, that kind of is the opposite of, like, Piastri in a way. Piastri, so far for me, has always come across very calm, very, very humble. But I do think at some point he will switch. He will switch. Right, 1 minute 30 to go, and nobody's out on track, so I'm pretty sure that is Q1 over and Q2, sorry, over and done with. And the fact we did that on old tyre is insane, honestly. I was not expecting that in the slightest. So it does look like we are going to lose out on Oscar Piastri, speaking of him, in Q2. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, Q2 done and dusted. We do top the middle qualifying session as we head into Q3. Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso join us at the top. Carlos Sainz in P4. Russell, Perez, Leclerc, Gasly, Stroll and Albon all make it to the final qualifying session as well. And as you can see, Ocon, Ricciardo, Piastri, Hulkenberg and Yuki Tsunoda are all eliminated from Q2 so far in this qualifying session. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. A shootout for P1 is what we'll have to face up against in Q3. However, as you can see in the background, that rain is starting to come down more and more. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see Inters start Q3. But I do think if it's not ready for Inters, the early laps are going to be very, very important. So let's see what happens at the start of Q3. Yeah, Max's only DNF was one in Australia, where something got stuck in his brake duct and it blew up or something. I mean, the precipitation is still quite low. It is raining, but it's still with soft tires. This is bizarre. I'm going to put the fresh soft on straight away here. This is going to be a bit tricky.
Clear the garage, please. Car's ready to leave.
But it's not quite enough for Inters right now. We are still quite far away from Inters. The rain is coming down kind of... It's light, but it's enough to impact laps. I assume DRS is still active as well, right? We'll see in a second. Yeah, it feels a bit slidey on entry. Yeah, DRS is available. Okay, these early laps are quite important. We are actually a little bit late out in the pits, actually. So let's get these tires warmed up and do the best we can. This is going to be a tough, tough lap to do. Let's just put all of our attention and focus on the tire temps. Should get a good bit of tire temp in the middle sector as well. Seems dry. I can promise you it's not. There is definitely rain coming down. Okay, tire temp's not too bad, actually. Did a good job on that, actually. Let's try and get a bit more on that right-hand side. Through here. Okay, that should do. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First lap of Q3. Could be the final lap, depending on this rain. So, this rain was not forecast at all. It has come as a bit of a surprise, but let's see what happens. That's left a lot through there. 17.6 from Gasly. You can see the lap times have dropped off a good few seconds so far. Not sure if an Inter would be faster. 17.5 from Fernando. Let's see what it'll be for us. 17.5 from Leclerc as well. It seems tight at the top of the line. We go here in P6. 17.8, 3/10 away from the top guys. Carlos Sainz in P6 now ahead of us. Alex Albon's below us. I think there's still a few more drivers to a lap here, so we're not comfortable. We're not comfortable. I mean, if the rain's not going to get worse, it's going to stay like this, then maybe we could do another lap and go again. 17.3 from George Russell. Wow. Almost 2/10 quicker than the rest of the grid there.
One lap of fuel remaining.
Damn. Okay, we're going to have to box and get on a fresh set of softs. Maybe we'll load the car with a bit more fuel, because tire wear isn't too bad in qualifying right now. So I think we'll put a fresh set of softs on and give it a couple cracks, I think. Well, Howard can cakes it, so it should be fine. Someone else just went P1, actually. I think that was Verstappen. Was that Verstappen? It was. Max Verstappen's just gone P1 now. That drops us down to P9. Okay, we got some improvements to do here, chat. We got some improvements to do. This is going to be a tricky session. Because that rain is making things complex. Was it a 17-1? Wow. That's going to be a tough lap to beat. A tough lap to beat. You'll probably be back in time anyway, Nico. I believe in you. Yeah, 71 from Max is crazy. It seemed like, actually, the track was getting faster. To be fair. I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought it'd get worse as the session went on, but... yeah, it was the opposite. So I guess that dry line started to form. So, let's jump onto our new soft then. We'll also put a bit more fuel in the car as well, so we can do a couple back-to-back laps. So we need 1 lap for out lap. Fast lap. Cool down lap, fast lap, in lap. So we need 5 laps of fuel. So 5.4 should be good. Alright, 6 minutes to go. Let's give it a go. Can I explain brake bias and differential?
Okay,
brake bias is all about the distribution of braking power across the front and rear brakes. So if you go more forward on the brake bias, you're putting more braking power to the front end compared to the rear end. Usually in the game, people will sit around 54, 55. Don't really go higher or lower than that most of the time. They're kind of the meta, I suppose, really, of the game is 54, 55. I'm using 55 right now. Usually, when it's raining a bit more, I might put up to 56, which might not be a bad shout, as I think about it. So, yeah, brake bias is literally a distribution of the braking power to the front and rear brakes. Differential is all about the throttle power to the rear tires, essentially. So 100% means you're getting a more locked setup, which is great for getting out of corners. And a lower one means you're having a more open setup, essentially, which means you can carry more speed through more prolonged corners. So, for example, it's giving more power to the left tire than the right tire when going through a corner like this, for example. On this game, always use 100. Again, if it rains, you can drop the differential a little bit more. Maybe it's like 90. But in a dry setup, you always want to use 100, really. Because the handling model in the game is very, very soft, so to speak. Lower diff helps in wet? Yeah. Yeah, it does. The game is a little bit backwards in most circumstances with setups, especially tire pressures. It's literally completely the opposite of how it is in real life in the game. They need to reverse their coding or something. Oh. Right, here we go. 4.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, in Q3. Let's see what we can do. Oh, the rain does feel like it's taking its toll a bit on the track. My tires are a little bit colder, but not by much. Oh, no. We're going to start this race P9. I think the track's got worse. Yeah, I think it has. Shit. Alright, Lamont, do you switch your saying for different corners? You probably would, yeah. Because Lamont has a few corners which are like 90-degree angles, then obviously got like Porsche curves which use a lot more of one tire compared to the other, so you probably do switch around a good bit. I mean, look at this. We're 1.6 seconds, 1.8 seconds off. I think this is done, chat. The rain does seem a bit stronger now as well, and there is splashes on the ground compared to before too, so I think this is it. I think this is it. I don't think an Inter would go faster, would it? I think if we put Inters on right now, I don't think they'd go faster. I don't think we make it back to their pits in time anyway, so we'll see if anyone goes out for another lap. I want to keep his tires warm if we can too. Watch the replay of the Qatar Grand Prix. Yeah, you want me to watch the entire race back? Or are you talking to someone else? You might be talking to someone else, actually. Ignore me if so. Where's Mark say about tyres? I don't think you can ask about tyres in quali, can you? No, you can't. Weather report.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable.
The thing is, at no point did Mark ever tell me about the rain either, by the way. He's been very quiet to me. You got it, noob. Just for you. Just for you. Right, we'll try and get on these tyres, but I don't think we're going to find much here. We'll give it one more go. No one's going off another lap either, so the rain definitely has got worse. We're going to give it a go and see if we can do something special, but I think the chance of that happening is minimal. Yeah, nah. I got no grip at turn 1. Wow. That was not the qualifying we were expecting after Q2. This has been a qualifying of highs and lows for ourselves. We might as well back out and just head into the pits. This is it. This is qualifying done. P9 is where we start. What a disappointment after Q2. We used an old tyre. We absolutely sent it through the lap and got into P1. And all of a sudden, the rain comes down and just didn't have the pace. P9 is really, really dismal. And Carlos Sainz in P8 as well. So not a great day for the Mercedes crew at all. And we've got to hope that our race pace is very strong. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. I tell you what, I think Fernando's on that front row, which should be really bad. Really, really bad. What's the red bar on the left? That's how much battery you've harvested during a lap. You'll see when we cross the line. I don't know if you'll actually see it when we cross the line this time, but when we cross the line, usually, you'll see the red bar resets. Same as the green bar resets to full. Oh, man. What a disappointing qualifying, man. P9. Really, really dismal. Should have been higher than that. We did that lap fairly early as well, so that should have been a better lap time. But unfortunately, 9th is the best we can do. And, yeah, all of our work is definitely cut out for us, especially with our championship rivals being on the front row. That is, yeah, not good news at all for us. Not good news at all. Which season is it? Season 3. Season 3.
Well, that wraps up qualifying.
Oh, to be fair, Alonso's P4. So he's on the second row. But either way, he's still ahead of us. He's still ahead of us. Max Verstappen, ladies and gentlemen, is on pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And George Russell will join him on that front row. It's giving Max Verstappen 1 place grid penalty vibes. And then Verstappen sends it at turn 1 in the race. So I expect Verstappen to have a 1 place grid penalty going into this race. Charles Leclerc will start P3 as well. Fernando Alonso in P4. Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez occupy the third row together with Stroll and Sainz right behind them. And then, of course, it's ourselves in P9 with Alex Albon right behind us as well. So, all eyes on the race tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. That is a pretty brutal way to finish up qualifying, especially after we went P1 in Q2 with that old soft tyre. We felt like we was on top of the world with that lap, and suddenly we're humbled very quickly. So, all eyes on the race now. Is the race wet? No. Although, it did say qualifying will be dry as well, so... Who knows? Welcome to Europe with bipolar as fuck weather. Qatar all over again, literally. Literally. Ryan, thanks for following on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it. Welcome in as well. Hope you're doing good. So, yeah. The race is saying it's going to be dry. However, I can't see it now. In qualifying... It didn't say it would go any higher than 20% or something like that on the precipitation. And we still got rain. So, I mean, looking at that race, it's possible. It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. The start of the race will be dry. And it does say it will stay dry through the entirety of the race. However, as you can see, there is that good bit of cloud cover towards the end. And that precipitation does increase to 23%. So there is a chance we might get a drop of rain or two into the final 10 laps or so, maybe. I bet I'll be Inters by lap 56. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe it won't even rain enough for Inters. Just like what happened in qualifying there. It never really was enough. I mean, maybe towards the end of qualifying there, the last couple of minutes, it was enough for Inters, but, yeah. Cork, thanks for following on Twitch, man. Fucking hell, English. Thank you for following on Twitch as well, Cork. Appreciate you, man. Welcome in as well, dude. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, it should be a full dry race, but that little bit of cloud cover could bring a drop or two of rain. So we need to keep an eye out for that. But I do think we'll probably set up for a dry strategy here. So every time you say all eyes, I think you're going to say all eyes on Kevin Magnussen, because that's what Crofty says in F1 Manager. I mean, to be fair, they do kind of say it in the game as well, in this game. If you keep your eyes on it. If you keep your eyes on it, you might see him say it again today. Think it's time for you to my difficulty. I'm winning race by 10 seconds. Yes. For every second you win the race by, up it by 2 AI, I'd say. Depends where you're at right now, I guess. Depends where you're at right now. But it does sound like you need to jump up the AI a good bit. Did you ever play Breaking Point? I did. Wasn't a massive fan of Breaking Point. The story was fun, but it wasn't very challenging. It was very, very easy, so wasn't a fan of that. Do you prefer F1 24 or 23? 23 for the handling, 24 for the content, if that makes sense. You're on 59 right now. Push 75. I believe in you, Astro. You got this. Best replacement for Perez next season for Red Bull is Yuki Tsunoda. Easily for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, then, let's get ourselves set up and ready for the Hungarian Grand Prix. P9 is where we start this race. We had such a good Q1 and Q2, and then it all fell apart at Q3 and that rain arrived. So a little bit of a choke in Q3, but hopefully we've got some good race pace and we can try and push ourselves up the grid a little bit. We obviously saw that in Silverstone. We made a mistake in Silverstone. We were down in last place at one point around Britain. And we did finish up in P3, so we know we can do it. And at a track like this, where overtaking is difficult, it will make things a bit more complex. But hopefully, we can keep it together and hopefully make a few moves today and get ourselves into that top 3. Our championship rival, Fernando Alonso, does start in P4. Max Verstappen in P3 is starting on pole. So we're kind of spread out a little bit right now. We're kind of spread out. AI levels are 105. 105 for Hungary. The AI here are very strong, so... Right then, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into this race. While the race loads up, I'm going to go and take a quick toilet break. If you guys grab a drink or a snack, now it's a chance to do so. And then we'll return in a few moments' time, ready for 70 laps of racing action here at the Hungaroring.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Perez, Stroll, Sainz, Wang, Albon, Ocon, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Norris, Sargent, Behrman, and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me, bringing glamour and expertise to our commentary today, Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. Does someone else have a problem after the last update? When I play on higher settings, I have big stutters and freeze for half a second. Someone in the Creator series was having that issue. I can't remember who it was. But they had very similar issues, Deadliness. I don't know if they ever got it fixed, though. If I can find out who it was, I can let you know if they did find a fix, but... yeah, I'm not too sure. Hot in the cockpit? Hell yeah, that's what we do. Right! Let's have a look at the strategy, ladies and gentlemen. So, the strat is saying a medium, medium, hard. But we do have a couple of softs available, I think. Or maybe one soft, actually. Is a medium, medium, soft doable or no? Let's find out. So, medium wear is not too bad around here, so... Let's see this to personalize as well. No, they keep me fairly similar. What do you think, chat? What do you think? How do you keep your tires cool? Make sure you're using max pressure on your tire setup. On your setup. And try and minimize your steering inputs and stuff. Do you think medium, medium, soft? What's the AI doing? Let's have a quick look. AI a mix and match as fuck. Carlos, there's a few soft starters, to be fair. Do we want to try and go aggressive early on? Try and get some track position? I feel like that could be worth it. To stop if there's safe to come opportunity to change strategy? Yeah. We do only have one fresh soft tire, to be fair. That's the only issue. Soft, medium, soft, medium. Like this. I don't think there's a lot of point really using the softs in the middle stint. Yeah, it'd be something like this. I kind of feel like maybe we should start on the softs and try and fight for some track position. Because track position at the start is going to be really important, I think. It's kind of tricky, actually. What does a soft, medium, hard look like, out of curiosity? Is that doable? It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's fairly even to the medium, soft, medium. Yeah, I think we should start on the softs. I think we need to get that track position, don't we? If we didn't have a bad qualifying, I probably would have been more opted to start on the mediums, but... What do you think of that? It might rain near the end. There is a small chance, yeah. It goes to 23% in the precipitation. But we saw rain at 24%, so it is doable. It seems like once you cross the 20% mark on the precipitation, it's when there's a chance of rain arriving. Albeit a small chance, but still a chance. Postray, thanks for following Twitch, mate. Appreciate you, dudes. Welcome in. Is there any chance at a one-stop? Probably not. Yeah, too slow. Way too slow. I think we go that, chat. I think we go soft, medium, medium. 18 laps to start off with the softs, and then 26 each of the mediums. If we maybe find that the soft tires are wearing too much, maybe we can switch up and do a soft, medium, hard. Box a little bit earlier onto the medium tire, and then box for hards at the end. But, yeah, I think we've got to start on softs, because we need to get some track position here. So... yeah. It is a flexible strategy. That's the good thing. All the tires here are pretty usable. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that. Fuel will also drop a tiny bit as well. I think this is a bit of a fuel burning track, so I'm not going to drop it too much. Okay. We'll go with that. That's fine by me. Right. Prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Our final little bit before we go racing here in Hungary. What should we do for our prediction? We started P9. Carlos Sainz in P8. That's our teammate, of course, there. We've got Stroll, Perez, Gasly in P5, Alonso, Leclerc, Russell, Verstappen all ahead of us. We could do something championship-orientated here. We could do something championship-orientated. Maybe, like, will we stay above 15 points to Alonso or something? For the prediction, can you do, will Berry beat Fernando? To be fair, Berry versus Fernando would be a very good prediction, I think. Because obviously, he's our rival in the championship. He's dying ahead of us. We have that bit of spite to try and, you know, recover from qualifying. So, honestly, a straight-up Berry versus Fernando prediction could be quite good. And it's simpler as well for the mods who are complaining about doing maths. You thought after school you'd be doing no more maths. Well, welcome to the That Guy Vince stream. You do maths all the time here. You was at the Hungarian GP? Nice. Will Dimitri have functional hands? Yes, that's a good prediction. That should be more of a poll than anything. Alright, let's do that. Let's do Berry versus Fernando. Who will come out on top in today's race out of us two? If Fernando retires the race, we can call the prediction there, and maybe we'll do a new one from that point onwards to decide what we want to do. But I think that should be a good one. Berry versus Fernando. Who comes out on top between those two in today's race? We should still lead the championship over him. Right now, the Fernando's point deficit is 24 points to us. So we should come out as leader of the championship no matter what. Unless we have a really bad race and Fernando wins. That's basically the only reason he would come out on top. But anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get racing here in Hungary. We struggled quite a lot in qualifying, unfortunately. We finished P9 in Q3, and that is where we start for today's race as well. Down in 9th place. We were looking so good in Q1. We were looking so good in Q2. But when that rain arrived in Q3, things just, they got mishandled. And we finished P9 at the end of Q3. After such a good start to qualifying, that was not the qualifying that we wanted to end on. So, that means we have got a lot of work to do for today's race. And this is a strategy we have set up to target that race victory. We are going to start on the soft tires for 18 laps. We're going to target those early track positions. We need to get a good launch. We need to fight for some positions. And we need to get up the field ASAP. After that, we'll be doing 26 each on the medium tires. If we find that the tire wear is maybe a little too high, we can always box a little earlier onto the medium tire and then use the hard tires at the end. Or maybe go hard to the second stint. We'll play it by ear really. But starting on the soft tires does give us a lot of option and a lot of versatility on what we want to do for today's race. But 90 minutes and 22 seconds is what it's forecasting for the race timer today. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get going here in Hungary. P9 is where we start. Today's prediction is between ourselves and Alonso, who will finish ahead of each other in today's race. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for 70 laps of racing here in Hungary. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The prediction is up on the Twitch right now. Will we finish ahead of Fernando Alonso in today's race? Gear predictions up in the Twitch right now. Or is this something we are to? we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix. Turn 1 was a little bit tricky on that formation lap with all that traffic, but hopefully it'll be okay and we can get off to a good start at the Hungaroring. But Ross is going to do it. P9 is where we start, ladies and gentlemen. We try and get a good launch here and recover after that poor qualifying session from ourselves. So all eyes will be on the red lights in a moment's time. Does it use tyre on the formation lap? Yes. Not a lot, but it does do it. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. 5 red lights here in Hungary. Lights out, away we go. A little bit slow to react to the lights there. I'm not going to lie. His Albon cruises past us. Carlos Sainz did get a great launch. Look behind us. Ocon and Ricciardo are getting a little bit close here as well. Got to be a little bit careful. He's head down towards turn 1. Carlos Sainz on the inside. We're in a 3 wide at the moment as we just try and fiddle our way through. We're neck and neck with our teammate down towards turn 2. Who will get the inside line? We'll get the inside line. And we should get that position over him as well. And that puts us back to P9. So not the ideal start we were looking for, but we did manage to hold our position at least. Albon has improved by 2 positions. Carlos Sainz dropping 2 positions as well. So a poor start for our teammate on the opening lap. However, a long way to go on this race, of course. 70 laps in total. So hopefully we can try and find our way through at some point.
That's a decent start. Good job.
But let's try and get these tyres up temperature and start pushing these guys in front ASAP. Because we need to start getting through the grid ASAP on these tyres. Otherwise, we'll start to struggle. That was the whole idea of starting these soft tyres, was to try and get a good launch, which didn't really happen, and to try and get through the grid. So let's see if we can try and get past Albon. There is a little bit of a hold-up going on here. I think it's Gasly holding up Perez at the minute. So if we can try and get a good exit out this final corner, maybe we could put the attack on Alex Albon. Here we go at the final corner onto the second lap. The first lap over and done with. Zeptic, thank you for the 9-month reset, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Here we go, Alex Albon. Going to send up the inside of Alex Albon down towards turn 1 on lap 2. Stars are being to go on. Alex Albon holds the outside at turn 1. No DRS just yet as he gets the inside for turn 2. We're going to stay wheel to wheel through the second corner as well. We'll try and get the grip on the outside, and the outside line, the preferred line in that scenario, and that gets our first positional gain of the race. Lance Stroll in that Aston Martin is the man now ahead of us. So that's the move we needed, and that's the move we've got done. And now we've got to try and do this against a faster Aston Martin as well. Alex Albon, that Williams, obviously, quick in a straight line, not so good in the corners, so we knew we had that corner grip difference against that Williams. Thank you much, Zeptic, for the 9-month reset, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, get a slow spin chat. So welcome Zeptic into Vince fam for the 9 months. Appreciate it, man. Right. Let's see. Lance Stroll up next. We've got Perez and Gasly right in front of him. Leclerc is just in front of Pierre Gasly as well. Bit of a gap forming between the top 2, which means Fernando Alonso is already up to 2nd place. Verstappen still in the lead at the moment. Oh, sorry, no. Alonso in 3rd at the moment, I should say, actually. With Russell in 2nd or 1st with Verstappen in that area too. So some DRS down towards turn 1, but a little bit too far back at the moment. A mechanical DNF's on or off? Off. We don't use mechanical DNFs. We used to, but honestly, it kind of ruined the race a little bit. Ruined the content. Gas is on the hard tyres. We do need to get by these guys ASAP before that hard tyre becomes the stronger tyre. Right now, the soft tyre is 5% on the rear left. It's not terrible after a couple laps done. So we got to be a little bit careful. Let's make sure we don't overheat these tyres. That's the biggest concern, really. It's not overheating these tyres. Let's go, Nico. Bro is locked in. Yeah, the middle is where we're struggling a bit at the minute. I might lower the diff a tiny bit for that section. See how it goes next lap. We are close to Lance Stroll through this final sector. And this is where the hard tyres don't seem to be quite as strong in the final sector. Will Sergio Perez get by Gasly? He's very close to him. Here we go. Down towards turn 1 once again. 3/10 to Lance Stroll. We are a bit closer this time around. Is there going to be any moves here? Lance Stroll is strong with battery. Going to send up the inside again of Lance Stroll at turn 1, and that seems to be the move to make. We'll lay on the brakes at turn 1. There's the move on the Canadian. Up to P7 we go. 2 gains so far in this opening stint. And it's against the soft tyres as well. Once we get past Perez, it should be easy to get past Gasly and the Ferrari in front, which I think is Leclerc. But turn 1 seems to be our strong suit, so let's see if we can keep pushing and try and do that on the guys in front at some point. Why do you do a 100% race? Why don't you? Deliness and Lexi, thanks for following us on Twitch, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome all in. Appreciate the follows, guys. Hope you're doing good. Soft, medium, hard. That is a possible strategy. Right now, we're still looking at a soft, medium, medium. But at the moment, we're not really thinking too much about that soft, medium, hard. The tire wear seems okay, so... How often do you do flashback? I try not to. I try not to. Very rarely, we'll say. Stroll was quite close at the final corner, but... a little bit too far on Perez that time around. They do struggle for battery down towards turn 1, don't they? And a little bit at the first corner too. You can see how good they are in the traction zones. That's why I dropped the AI a little bit today. These soft tires feel good so far. We really need to maximize this. Yeah, the pit stop's going to be very interesting. I'm not too sure when the other soft tire guys will pit, but... come on. How's tire temp so far? Yeah, rears get a little bit hot in that section, but not really a surprise. Look at that rear left. That rear left 104 degrees. Not much we can really do about that. It's a problem. It's naturally going to get quite hot. A lot of camber on a circuit like this. Lots of medium speed corners, which you like to really put some lean in that left-hand tire. Is Perez close up to Gasly? Don't know. Don't think so. We're towing Perez down towards turn 1. Again, I was thinking about that inside line, but still a touch too far back. This is a frustrating moment for ourselves. The top 3 are still battling away up in front of us. We can try and get X out turn 2 and 3, maybe. There's a chance up the hill here. Let's see. That's not a bad run, actually. Still a little bit too far back on Perez. Up towards the top of the hill, though. We'll have to just back off that move a tiny bit. That's a great first sector, though. Really nice first sector. Back left's always the hottest. Yeah, it's predominantly a very right-handed track, so the left tires do get used a lot more than the rights. See again now, 105 degrees at the core temp. Surface temp gets about 120. So we are using a bit of the harder spec tires. The softer spec tires usually go a lot hotter than that, so... how close are we are at this final corner? We look pretty close here, don't we? We do look pretty close to Perez this time. Close to have been so far. Here's an opportunity this time around. Perez did go a little bit defensive then. I think we're going to go for it. Sergio Perez opens up turn 1 for us. And just like we've done on Lance Stroll and Alex Albon will utilize the inside line. Sergio Perez has put up too much for a fight. Here it goes at turn 2. A little bit too far back and we can close that door on him. And that puts us up into P6. Good move so far. Now, we've only got the hard tire guys in front of us. So hopefully, we can try and just engineer a move on these guys. And see if we can try and cut that time down to the top 3. But a few good moves in a row there.
Hungary.
Where am I from? I'm from Essex in the UK. Change diff settings to avoid overheating. I can try, but I don't think it'll do a lot, really. I don't think the diff would do too much for the overheating. We are starting to lose a little bit of grip here. I'll put it to 90. Tommy coming with the 42 months as well. I appreciate the 42-month resub there, Tommy. Very kind of you, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, get us spin chat to welcome Tommy into Vince Fam for the 42. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, dude. We did actually drop a little bit of time there to Pierre Gasly and Leclerc.
Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead.
Your aunt is from there? Nice. Who's in the top 3 spots? Verstappen, Russell, and Alonso. Not sure in which order, though. Yeah, we're definitely quick in the first sector. First sector is all us at the moment. We lose a bit in the middle. That's the issue. And I can already see that rear tire wear starting to come up a bit, so... What session are you in? Look in the top left corner. Hadjar pretty much confirmed that he's got a seat next year, by the way. Did he? What did he say? Do you do only F1? F1 is kind of like our main game, but we do also play iRacing, we play ACC. We mainly stick to like sim racing and stuff, and racing games around here.
We're slowly gaining on the car in front.
Yes, Sacred is. Season 3. Season 3. Okay, these guys are very slow at turn 1. No wonder we get PBs in set 1 all the time. And race best in set 1. Oh yeah, that really confirms it, doesn't it, Jam? Jesus Christ. Hugo, thanks for follow as well. Still Pocket, thanks for follows on Twitch as well, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Appreciate the follows. You guys are legends. Do you think Perez gets dropped? Who knows, the Rebel? I hope so, though.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
I mean, it could be anything still, Jam, to be honest. It could be another driver they're bringing in that all the other affiliates are told not to talk about in the media, so... Don't get too ahead of yourself. It most likely will be Hadjar, but just don't get too ahead of yourself. Does yellow icon mean championship rivalry? No. Yellow rivalry is the rating rivalry. Championship rival should be Verstappen, but... Oh, Perez get a bit close here. Okay, I am starting to feel that tyre wear kicking in now. I really wanted to get by these hard tyres before the tyre wear started to play into account, but the rear left's already at 22%, so I think we are starting to see some problems with the tyres already. And that hard tyre is slowly becoming the better tyre, so I don't know how much we can really do here. We've got to stay on these tyres for a little bit longer if we want to take them off anyway. We should get to where we want to be, but not comfortably. .2% per lap. Doesn't sound too bad in theory, doesn't it? But those hard tires are probably doing like 0.6 or 0.7% or something like that. Undercut lap 16, yeah. Well, I don't know when everyone else is pitting, but there's a possibility we go a little bit earlier. We also need to make sure that we don't get caught in traffic either. And to be fair, most of the grid is fairly close together still, so should still be okay in that regard. Oh, look at the rear tires. 108 degrees in that rear left, 105 on the rear right. I don't think the differential is working. Still getting good sector ones, though. Yeah, Gasly won't go to Red Bull. Definitely not. That ship has sailed. Yeah, the rears are really bad through there. They're not sticking at all through that chicane. Oh, God. I'm doing everything I can with these rear tires, but they are struggling now. They are really, really struggling. I'm going to have to go a little bit higher on the brake bias here, just take a bit of pressure off from them. I have to go 56, I think. But yeah, these rear tires are not feeling too good right now. Perez had a low look on the inside down towards turn 1. Was too far back, though, for sure. Try a bit more downforce.
Gasly ahead.
The wings are fine. It's nothing to do with the wings.
Past them and put them on the back
Purely just tyre wear. We're going to try and get to lap 16, though. We've got to get to lap 16. That's the minimum target, essentially. We will make it to that, but the tyres are not going to be in a pretty shape. At all. Let's hope that 56 brake bias might just help out a little bit. Feels okay at the moment with it, but it won't be too pretty. Oh. Restore, thanks for following Twitch, mate. Appreciate it as well, dudes. Welcome in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you have 2 hards? No. Only 1 hard tyre. We've got 2 mediums and 1 hard available. Plus an old soft tyre, but don't think we want to use that. 17.2 that time around. Driver in front.
Gasly's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops
He's
remaining.
2 stopping 2.
And the time last lap,
17.3.
17.
We were a 10th faster than Gasly.
Gaining by 1/10 a lap.
So I think maybe going 56 brake bias did help a little bit. But it's still not fully stable. Exhibit A. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of time in the chicane. That's hurting a lot at the moment, that chicane. I'm surprised the guys behind me aren't feeling this soft tire too much either. Stroll has dropped off a bit to Perez. Hard's their medium, you think? You think hard's the next stint? I think we can still make the mediums work. We would need to stretch out each medium tire by a lap in box 16. But I think it's still possible, right? I think it's still possible. Yeah, get out of the final corner. The rear is not sticking. So it feels better under braking. It's the exits that are the issue with the rear tires now. Entry and apex is fine for the most part. It's exits that are the problem. Is the plan a medium at the moment? Yeah. Dobby and Noah, thanks for following as well, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome in as well. Oh, God. Maybe it is apexes now.
Team Radio. HP89234 says I am currently doing a study to expose the rigged FA Cup third round draw capper.
What is the FA Cup draw, actually? I didn't hear about them. I think we might be smoked here, chat. We play you? Wait, really? Who's at home? City plays Salford. Wow, okay.
Levels are going to start falling away soon.
Arsenal United. Arsenal at home. At the Emirates. Oh, man, these tyres are horrible. Arsenal at home. 3-1 Arsenal. Here comes Sergio Perez. Lance Stroll was in behind us.
1.6 seconds.
Lance Stroll was just pit from behind us. Do we want to cover that? Sergio Perez gets by us at turn 1. I think his tyres are holding on a bit better than ours right now. I think we need to cover Stroll, right? Oh my God, the car is not holding on through there at all. I think your tyres dying by the center. They really are. Like, this chicane is barely doable for me at the moment. Look at the time we lose to Perez. I think we've got a pit. These softs are gone. These softs are absolutely done. What tyre, chat? What tyre? What tyre? Mediums. Set medium tyres.
Affirmative, medium tyres.
Let's do this.
Stop. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Let's do this.
Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just
That was
focus
tough,
on
man.
this pit stop.
The last 5 laps were horrible on that soft tire.
Okay,
Nice.
let's go now.
W Dimitri, chat.
Perfect job.
W
Well
Dimitri.
there, mate. We're delighted with that.
He did fuck you up for once.
You only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Stroll has come out ahead of us. Not really a surprise. I think the undercut was always going to work for him. Carlos Sainz stayed behind us, though. So that's something. Tires are going to be a little bit cold right now, though. Just have to ease them in. But these already feel a lot better than the soft tires, that's for sure. Why so much fuel? Don't worry, we'll burn it. We will burn it. Come on. Let's get back in DRS range to the guy in front. Almost there already. Should get it through here, I think. Nice, that would just defend it against Carlos Sainz. Oscar Piastri 9 seconds behind in P20, by the way. Interesting strat. It's mad, Luke, isn't it? It's mad. ARS is very OP, to say the least. Big scrap going on here. Stroll trying to go on the outside of Zhou. Sargent went defensive against him, so we've got to try and get past Zhou ASAP to get onto Stroll. Let's try and get the exit here if we can out of turn 2. Open up the next corner. This is risky. This is risky.
Good job.
Fucking send it, chat! That Salmon took no mercy. Good move. Gotta try and step a Stroll here. That car is fast. We're gonna pray this undercut works out. This time that soft tire was risky. We made a few places from it, but we need to make sure we stay ahead of those hard guys when they eventually pit. This is the one downside to undercutting at the moment, is this traffic. They are holding us up, so hopefully we get by him fairly easily. Logan Sargent, the man in front, he's defending against Lance Stroll. We'll try and double down on this one, I think. Oh, he went and moved on the brake a little bit there. Don't want to try and hit Stroll as we hit turn 1. There we go. We are past Logan Sargent. Carlos Sainz does get held up a little bit. Okay, a little bit of clean air once we get past the next Albert. We can kind of work with Stroll away here. Every time I watch this guy, it's always last. Give it 15 laps. You guys do not know about undercuts, do you? Jesus Christ. The rear seems to be moving a lot out of turn 1. The rear is a bit twitchy, to be fair. Yeah, we've got so much more speed than these guys back here. Stroll should get by Behrman. We should also follow along. Come on. Behrman goes defensive. Stroll on the outside. Might have to follow along here. We're going to go up the inside, maybe. Behrman moving. I don't like it. Oh, that's annoying. Let's get up the inside.
Okay, mate. Let's try and climb up.
I would have liked to know turn 1, but at least we got it done. Okay, 5.7 to Lando Norris on hard tires. We should gain on him pretty quickly. We have got a bit of clean air from Stroll upwards, so Lance Stroll's on that fresh medium as well. He's going to be flying, so if we stick with him, we'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. This middle set is probably where we'll lose time. I don't know why, but the AI cracked through this middle sector. Audio crackling? Oh, fuck. Give me a second. No, it wouldn't be music. Music's not even running. Music ain't even running. There we go. Bob said, thanks for follows on me. Appreciate it. Right, should be okay now. Should be okay. Already gained a second on Lando Norris here, so this undercut is going to be pretty powerful. Let's get to hold that mode as well. Getting a lot through the opening couple of corners. My studies have shown City get quite easy draws. Well, given how bad they're doing this season, I think they need an easy opponent, don't they? They might still choke that, to be fair. When is the round 3 start? Is it? I think it's in January, right? It's usually when round 3 begins, I'm pretty sure. Oops, a little bit too deep. Yeah, look at that gap to Hulk, 3.2. We're getting massively on that traffic in front. I'm a little concerned that traffic will actually cause some problems, though. That's my concern. Tenth to 13th of January, yeah. So still a little while. Yeah, it's crazy suspicious, HP.
Okay, so
They got choice when they were shit as well.
2.4 seconds.
.4 to Hulk. We are getting massively on these guys in front right now. Absolutely immensely. I would like to get ahead of Stroll, really, but Sensor 1's the only sensor we're kind of faster than them. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate validation.
Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0.
Oh, is it, Mark?
If they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Yeah, whatever. If you say so. Okay, we're getting very close to this group now. We've gained quite a bit of time so far. But this is going to be a little bit of a struggle. Let's see if we can try and get past Stroll at turn 1, maybe. That would help us out quite a bit to get through the traffic. Didn't get quite the X I was looking for. He got DRS? Yeah, he did.
Okay, really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
Up to P11. Sergio Perez's pit. I mean, look at that undercut compared to Sergio Perez, by the way. We gained over 8 seconds on Perez. Probably would have been more without traffic as well. So that's huge. That is huge. I'm hoping we'll get a good bit on Leclerc and Gas when they eventually pit off that hard tire as well. But that'll be a bit of a tricky one to say at the moment. You think they would have fixed that? It seems they don't really care too much for it. Okay, and Hulkenberg's locked up, and he's hit Stroll. Okay, well, that's wonderful, isn't it? And he's hit me! Hulk, what the fuck are you doing? Jesus, man. I know you took out 2 lads yesterday.
Keep going.
Didn't take out 2 more here. It's the last thing we need. Perez 16-0. Okay, Perez is flying, to be fair. 1.4 seconds faster than us. Hulk's airbase is rank Qatar for real. He claimed 2 yesterday. He wants to claim 2 more today. It's like his quota or something. I think you overtook inside the pit lane entrance, to be honest. Yeah, go tell the race director. I'm sure he'll give a shit. I'm sure we'll totally pass that on to the stewards. Come on, Cody. Time to go to the wheeler penalties. Is red flags and safety car on? Yep. We don't really get a lot of them, but we've had a few. Alonso 15.6. They're on fresh tyres, and they're still quite far ahead of us. Think we're going to be at a deficit today, aren't we?
Right, keep pushing. You're gaining on the car ahead.
Sava Colapinto, noise from these match teams, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Colapinto is a passenger and all of that. Hulk just, I don't even know. Misjudged massively the opening corner and took him a knock on, and I did not mean to dive that. My bad. He braked very early. Do you know what? I would take it, though. No, Mr. Nice Guy round here. I apologize, Stroll. I apologize. But I'm not giving you that back. I'll take it, though. No complaints. All right, let's get past Yuki and Norris ASAP. They're on slightly worn hard tires right now, so they're going to be struggling. Any damage from that? Vehicle condition. No idea. Looks okay on there, doesn't it? Hopefully it was more wheel to wheel than wing to wheel. It was quite the bump, so... Nice exit out the final corner. We should get past Yuki here. Got a bit of battery to use, and we'll get past him. Hit a fence the inside. We'll just wrap around the outside. Bit of slipstream from Norris as well to help us on our way. And there we go. There's a move down on Yuki, so up to P8. Again, these guys are still on old hard tires. They haven't boxed yet, whereas we have. So we'll have a lot more grip than them. Let's see if we can get past Lando Norris in the next couple corners and see if we can go on our way a bit more. And Lando got a good run, so we'll have to stay behind for now. Ocon game release is a bit sad, IMO. May not be the nicest, but it's a good race, underrated, to be honest. I'm not really a massive fan of Ocon. Never really have been a massive fan. But I think the way Alpine have treated him is fucking diabolical. And then they, whether you like him or hate him, you know, he's brought them one of their only wins in a long time. From that Hungary win in 2021. You know, he's got him a good few podiums as well. He's been a very consistent driver over the years. So the way they treat him is, yeah, diabolical. All because they didn't want him to do the Haas test. Oh, they got the hard tires. See you later, guys. And we'll still get DRS as well, W. That helps out a lot, actually.
And gap to the car in front, 15.2 seconds.
Up to P5, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So, at the moment, we've got Leclerc still out on the hard tire right now. He's in P1, going through turn 5. And we've got Alonso, who is in the net lead, Verstappen second, Russell third. So right now, we are net P4. And let's try and keep it that way. I think it'll be tough to gain time in the top 3, but we'll do our best. But finally, we have a bit of clean air. We can utilize this. Bit of a slide there for ourselves. Do you think the condition is bugs you have technical failures off? I don't think so. It does sometimes work, just not all the time. It's hit and miss. Charles Leclerc in. We should get by him as well. 16 won that lap as well, so we are putting some good lap time down right now. And we are ahead of Charles Leclerc as we head down towards turn 1 and up into P4. Here we go. So, like I say, I think getting a podium today is going to be very difficult. We've got 8 seconds to Russell, Verstappen, and co. up in front of us. So I think getting a podium is going to be a very, very tough ask. But we'll see what we can do. We needed to qualify better than this. 1.7 to Stroll, so we are gaining on Lance Stroll over the laps as well, which is good. We'll probably lose a little bit in the middle sector as always, but overall I think we do gain him over the lap. Oh, come on. Where do we qualify? P9. We had a great Q1, a great Q2, but then it started raining and it messed everything up. Nice final sector. The middle sector is pretty tricky on this tyre, but everything else is pretty decent, so 16.6. Driver in front.
Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 8.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:15.9. Okay, they're building a lead of 6 tenths
Oh, wow.
a lap. Come on.
6 tenths faster a lap. It's going to be tricky. Can you box out for another undercut with the hards? Don't think there'll be a lot of point, really. I really don't think there'll be a lot of point. This middle sector is what's getting us right now. We're really struggling with this middle sector. I know what it is, but the car's not handling well through there at all. And the tyre's not even that old. 70% that rear left. They shouldn't be doing that.
9.3 seconds.
Should not be doing that. Where's Alonso? Alonso is P1 right now. He's fighting with Max for the lead. Honestly, if they fight quite a bit, there is a possibility we can still catch them. But it would need to be, you know, fights every single lap, essentially, for that to occur. Oh, come on. Mate, this car is just not handling well at all. It just will not stick to the road. See, I don't think going for the undercut is any point to it, really. No point to it at all. 4 seconds to Sainz, so we are still increasing the gap to him. We're increasing the gap to the guys behind mostly. But the guys in front, they're just peeling away. You fixed your black screen problem? Nice. Good to see, man. How did you fix it? Stay on hope for a safety car? That's all we can really do. That's all we can really do. Problem is, don't really get a lot of safety cars in this career. They're quite scarce, so unless someone spins and causes a bit of a pile-up or something, we probably won't get a lot. Max first now, yeah. They are scrapping. They are scrapping. We're placing quality P9. Is this still the same for increased safety cars? Yeah. We're on increased. We have the safety cars set to increase, but even that doesn't really do a lot. I never get like VSCs or safety cars for mechanical failures or anything. I see in other people's career they do often get that, but in my careers I never get VSCs for safety car VSCs for mechanical failures. I'd love to see that more often.
Carlos is in the pits.
Sounds like I need to verify your game file something, Fol. I don't know. Carlos is boxed again? Wait, what? That was a very short stint on the medium tires. So I guess he's doing a 3-stopper then, right? Which is bizarre, but okay. .7 to Russell at the moment. Oh, don't want to touch that grass on the left-hand side, otherwise that happens. Yeah, Russell's still escaping. I think top 3 is going to be very tricky. I think right now we're going to try and hold out for a P4. That gap to Stroll, which is Leclerc's catching as well. Leclerc's in that fresh hard tire. He's getting quite a bit of time on us so far in his stint. If we can stay ahead of him by the time we box again, that'd be good. But obviously we're not boxing for another, what, 10 laps at least? Let's see. Yeah, lap 44, another 13 laps. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky.
At the moment, the car behind is lapping
Oh, fair enough, Paul.
by around a second a
I'm
lap.
glad you got it fixed, dude. Stroll pits? He does. So Stroll's on the 3-stopper as well, then. Stroll and Sainz are both on the 3-stopper. And Leclerc will probably hunt us down pretty quickly here. As will Sergio Perez. So this P4 right now, it would have been maybe okay if Stroll stayed out, but I think we are under a bit of pressure now. I think the end of this race could be very interesting. .2 to Leclerc. Yeah, he's catching quickly. He's catching very quickly. Good few tenths at least per lap. Next pit, do you want to do hards or mediums? Well, right now we're planning on doing mediums. I'm not sure if we'll keep it that way, but that's the plan at the moment. The hard tire doesn't seem like a bad tire, but once it wears, it's got no grip at all. But I guess you can say the same about every other tire. Carlos Sainz 15.5. That's 1.6 seconds faster than me. We did a 17.1 previous lap. Harder bands, you have to go mediums. Yeah, this isn't Creator Series. Crimepetic, that's a follow. Oh, does it say Crimepetic? What does that say actually? Chrome, probably, actually. They were the follow Grand Prix, dude. Welcome in. .4 seconds to Leclerc. He's getting about a second a lap, isn't he? Up Nova. He's getting about a second a lap.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 0.4 seconds.
We're under pressure here from Charles. Retire the car wing mirror on track. Yeah, it's my wing mirror. Yeah, name changes will reset the bot annoyingly. Kind of sucks. Driver behind.
Leclerc is behind you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1 minute, 16.4.
.4. Yeah, 9 tenths quicker. Well, I think Leclerc's going to cruise by, isn't he? We're waving goodbye to him very shortly. Leclerc will blitz by us. We just do not have the tyres that he does right now. How do you make career mode harder on 110 and win in a stake? Put track limits to strict maybe or something like that. Maybe put sim damage on. like it's fine.
Down a place.
Plan to box off the Galvis DRS. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to hold him to his DRS for long. He'll probably gap us through sector 2, so there's very little we can do at the moment. The only thing we can do at the moment is box onto hard tyres for the rest of the race, but I don't know if that's a good idea. We'll have to the rest of the race. We're already halfway through. We'll have to the second half of the race all on hard tyres. I don't know if I'd rather just hold on and try and go mediums for the second of the final stint, sorry. .5 to Gasly right now as well. Just going to try and cling onto his DRS if we can. Yeah, we're boxing about just under 10 laps. We did get DRS this time around, but I think this will be the only time we get it. 17-0. If you're on PC, Nova, maybe try the AI mod out. The AI mods make them a lot quicker. Mainly the straight lines, though, which is kind of the problem we had in, like, F122, so... But maybe that'll be up your alley. Do you shift lower just for rotation? Yeah. And then I shift back up to get traction. I'm already outside the DRS. This is tough, man. This is really tough. We're in a bad, bad spot. Yeah, that is true. I don't know. The thing is, I mean, by the time we box, the gap should be smaller to Leclerc than when it was after the first stint.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by.
They need to make a higher AI, they really do.
6 seconds.
They really do. Gap to Perez is kind of maintaining as well, 3.1 seconds. Which is actually kind of good because obviously he was, he boxed a bit later than us. So if we can hold that gap, that's not too bad. But yeah, otherwise at the moment, this is a struggle. Yeah, we loaded the AI to 105 today. The AI rounds here, for some reason, are so good. They love their traction zones. And there's plenty of them in Hungary. They are very, very strong here. Gas is getting close as well. They're still going to pit though, right? So wait, they've done a hard, right? They've done double hard so far. Leclerc and Gasly both start on the hard tyre and they're still on a hard tyre, so they must have pitted for another set of hards. There goes Gasly. I'm to P5, here goes. Not good when you're being overtaken by an Alpine. So I wonder if they're going to do medium for the final stint, maybe? Maybe softs. We're robbing the driver standings. P1 at the moment. By 24 points to Alonso. That will come down today by the seams of it. It might come down significantly. Championship fight is very much well and alive. Ollie coming in with the 6 months. Oh, sorry, the first of 6 months. Let's go, Ollie. Thanks so much, dude, for the tier 1, my man. The first of the 6 months in advance. You'll love to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, get a slip spin chat to welcome Ollie into Vince Fan for the first of the 6. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, dudes. I don't mind tuna. Tuna's okay. Not my favorite type of fish. I'm more of like a salmon guy. Oh, God, the red tire's not holding through that. Ronnie and Ollie, thanks for following us on Twitch as well, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome in.
You've lost some to the car behind.
You would box for hards now, you reckon? To be fair, the hard tire doesn't seem like a bad tire, does it? It is still an option. They laps didn't go that long. On the hards, definitely. What do you think, chat? Should we maybe go hards to the end, or should we hold out for mediums? Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the track map. That traffic looks kind of horrible. Look where that McLaren is downwards, Lando Norris. There's quite a bit of traffic. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan. I think we might need to hold. Hards are better at Hungary, yeah. But I'm seeing a lot of traffic. I think we need to stay out for now. Kind of need some gaps to open up, really, for that. Oh, jeez.
Yes.
What the fuck are you doing?
It was your community who asked for it. You like it?
No.
Bye, everybody. Okay, have a good one. Dude, actually, right now, on a scale of 1 to 10.
On Schmiegel level? 7, 6.
Is it the crotch?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, my crotch is not as crotchy as it should be. But I got the fish.
Congratulations.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
That is definitely not my engineer. That was Dana doing a Gollum cosplay. For anyone who was very confused about that.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.2 seconds.
It's already on Discord. Nice. It may have been me in her chat. Well, can't lie, it's not the best Gollum impression I've ever seen, but she didn't even do like that. I am like my precious or anything like that. She hasn't got like a ring to hold.
Keep that going right through to the end of the race.
Thank you for reviewing my art. I hope race goes well. Yeah, no worries. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Car in front is a
Am I still mad at Hayden
second.
Azerbaijan? I will never forgive him, yeah. I'll forever be mad about it.
Second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Man, these medium tires are horrible right now. Back on track anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the track action. None of that interesting stuff. All right, 8.8 to Lando Norris right now. The gap has come down. To be fair, I don't know. Rejoin is saying P50 at the moment, isn't it? So the tires do not feel good in the slightest. The rear left tire's on 38%. I want a box, I really do. But there's just no gap to box into at the moment.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
There's no gap to box into. It's about, what, 20 seconds in the pits around here? It's not too long. Hungary. Kind of signs up to P8. I think he's boxing again, though. Won't they all be pitching soon anyway? I hope so. I hope so. The gap's not close, 8.4 seconds as well, so that's not a good gap. Not a good gap at all. Jam likes tuna on jacket potato. Yeah, me too.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 5.5 seconds.
Especially if it's like tuna mayo. Russell's in. Might be town exit here.
Russell is in the
Where did we
pits.
qualify? P5. Oh, sorry, P9. Sorry, P9. I don't know why I said P5. Russell was in the pits. He's come out now. Yeah, he's come out right behind us. 3.4 seconds. I don't like these gaps, man. These gaps fucking suck. Eth, thanks to follow as well, mate, on Twitch. Appreciate you, dudes. Welcome in as well. Last lap was a 17.5. Oh, man. You're in no man's land, I know it's about it. We are getting kind of close to our pit window for the medium, so honestly, I think we can probably forget the hard tires from this point onwards. And maybe just focus on the mediums from now on. 6.6 to Lando, he's still closing up to us. I think we are going to do it fairly soon. 17.2. What's our rejoin? 14th. When do we do it, chat? When do we strike? When do we pull the plug? Safety car right now would be great. It'd be very good. Very, very good. Is it 46? I am seeing kind of the gaps opening up more, to be honest. It might be a good idea to pit very soon. There is a yellow flag. Come on.
Remember, box this lap. Keep
Russell's
an eye
come
on
up to me.
distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make
Alex
sure you
Albon's
don't
out.
speed.
No VSC safety car. Fuck. Mate, your safety car would have been so good. Unboxing. Unboxing. I think we had to get off these tyres. They were not doing anything for us anymore. Alex Albon's car still off at turn 1. Here we go. Ooh, I thought it would be slow for a second, but it's okay.
That was a fantastic start.
Periwinkle coming with that Twitch Prime for 2 months as well. Thank you much, Periwinkle, for that 2 months. I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. Get the salute spin chat to welcome Periwinkle Intervins fam for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Okay, we are going to get a tiny bit of clear air, but not a huge amount. Honestly, none, actually. We'll come out quite close to Perez. All right, well, here we go. Mediums for the rest of the race. Let's try and make the most of this.
Okay,
This is going to be a tricky, tricky stint. It's entire race has been tricky. What's your safety car and red flag on? Both on increased. I've tried it on standard as well, and it still doesn't do much. Well, red flags I think is on standard, actually. I rather would have been a safety car in dangerous place. Yep. Yeah, I never get any safety cars for mechanical failures or anything. The only times I get safety cars is when someone's, like, stopped on track waiting for cars to go by or something like that. It's the only time. I just never get them for mechanical failures. Gonna catch up to these guys pretty quickly. We'll get DRS at the final corner. Oh, his tires are gripping so much. More than the other one. Feels so nice.
Right, the gap to the teammate.
Weather report. Purple final sector there.
0.9 seconds.
Weather report.
No rain expected. No rain expected.
Cloudy, but no rain.
Okay, dry.
Yeah, Hulk's got no grip at that turn 1. I'll try and go up the inside, maybe. He's going to squeeze over to the inside. We'll keep it nice and tight. And we have got the grip to get by him. Oh, it's P13. On started, someone could explode and be a green flag. Yeah. Yeah, safety cars do not come out anywhere near enough in this game.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, a lot of the hard tires right now will start to struggle. But I'm pretty sure most people are going to stop again. Let's find out if Perez is. Driver in front.
It's Perez ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 5 laps old. And the time last lap, 1:16.5.
Okay, no, Perez is staying out. So we need to try and get past him and try and clear off into the distance a little bit if we can. But there are still quite a few people who will box. Especially with 24 to go. Grosh will be a VSC, it's true. I had a look on the inside there, I was a little bit too far back. We have definitely got the pace on Perez at the moment. Perez kind of needs to hold me back here, really. The more he hurts my tyres, the bigger chance he's got of overtaking me later in the race. Or holding me, at least, until my tyres die. We gotta catch up to these hard tyres in front again. Who's our teammate this season? Carlos Sainz. Same as last season, basically.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of the
Punter pass. That's the Perez way, no? Give him a bit of a taste for his own medicine, is what you're saying? Oh, Perez, I don't think was in DRS range of Yuki there. Let's try and get a good exit. That's not bad. He's not got DRS. Okay, we need to get past Perez here. Here he goes. He goes to fence from the inside down towards turn 1. We'll loop around the outside, and by the time we even get towards the corner, we are a car and a half clear of him. And now we've got to try and get past Sonoda and Piastri. Sonoda on the hard, Piastri on the medium. Again, not too sure what their strategy is, but I'm pretty sure one of the softer tires, so... Oh, sorry, the lesser worn tire. Purple in the first sector. Who's the fastest car in your save at the moment? It's very close to a good few cars. We've got Aston Martin, Mercedes, Red Bull, all like neck and neck at the top. The field is very close. We have the balancing the field chip on, so I think we're definitely seeing that. Our teammate's pit again, by the way. Oscar Piastri's pitting as well, so that'll give us a good bit of distance to him.
Carlos is in for his stop now.
DRS wide open on Yuki Tsunoda, who's also got DRS. We are going to use battery here because we need to try and get by if we can. Yuki going a little bit defensive down towards turn 1. Who's there on the brakes? We are by quite the distance. And by the time we hit the apex, we actually were clear of him as well. So really good under braking there. Here we go. On to lap 49 of 70. 21 to go. Norris and Hamilton in front of us are still yet to pit, I believe. Driver in front.
It's Hamilton ahead, and gap to the car in front, 4.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old, hard tyres. Their tyres are 23 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Okay, Hamilton's going to pit again.
1 minute, 16.5. This is great. We're gaining by around 9-10.
Very cloudy out here as well, isn't it?
Okay.
We are much quicker than Hamilton at the moment.
3 seconds.
2 green sectors as well, so this is going to be a new PB. As long as his final sector's good. we pitting again? Nope, we're done. Can he go to the end of the mediums? Yep, that's the idea. How much has stayed out, actually? Ooh, first lap as well, 14.9. Some good pace right now, chat. Some good pace. Not sure if it's going to be enough for P4, but we'll keep pushing. How many laps left? We're on lap 50 or 70, so 20 to go. You can see the top left corner. Rain maybe or just overcast? I think it should just be overcast. But it did say that for qualifying and it did rain, so keep your eyes out for a spin or two. You might see it. There's the possibility. These medium tires feel amazing right now. I want to say that, stay like this forever. No slips, no slides, no understeer. Everything's just like perfect at the moment. There we go, Hamilton's in. That'll be his final stop. I'm not sure what tire will go on, actually. 20 laps to go. Probably be a medium, I think. We'll fly by him as he enters the pit lane. Purple final sector, but 15.1 on the timing boards. 8.8 seconds is the gap to Norris. Also need to keep an eye on that gap to Perez as well, because although it's opening, once his tyres start to wear, you may see him start to claw a bit of time back. So, while we have got past him for the time being, he may come back at us at a later point. We'll have to wait and see. Lap times are good in the same range, yep. Pierre Gasly's in the pits as well. That might be close on pit entry, exit.
8.1 seconds.
Depends how much time we gained on this lap, really. Lando Norris in as well. We'll get past him for sure. Could be tight on pit exit between us and Gasly, though. And he has opted for the medium tyre, so not many people going for softs at the moment. Over the line we go. 15.0, close for a new personal best. And fast lap on the pit exit. We have got past Pierre Gasly. Has Sergio Perez got past him as well? Be really useful if he did. No, he didn't. 1.5 to us and Gasly. Damn. I think Gasly will probably get us back. Honestly, I kind of feel like we're thinking about a P6 at best here, chat. I'd be shocked if we can hold off Gasly, who's on 10% fresher tires than us, basically. So P6 is probably the most realistic result, which is a little disappointing because we knew we had to try and go for a podium here. How about Leclerc's tires? He's just pit for a fresh medium as well. So quite a lot of different strategies out on display at the moment. Yeah, it's kind of a shame the soft tires suck so much. We struggled on that soft quite a bit towards the end. They were good for the first 7-8 laps, and then they just completely fell off. And you can see Gasly's already 1.1 seconds behind, so he will probably get us at some point. All fun on my end, Cake, right? Really? Everything's fun on my end. $14.9 for Lewis. Nothing happened on my end. Is it all good now? I guess it's already inside of DRS to us. What size balance do you play on? 32. It was minor and brief. Fair enough. Six tenths to Gasly. He's going to get us, isn't he? He's going to get us. 5.9 to Leclerc as well as he continues to open up that gap. This has been a frustrating race. Definitely one of the more frustrating ones this season. I don't think Gasly will get us by turn 1, or will he? Maybe he will. No, he won't. It's just a bit too far back. Then next lap will get us. Next lap will get us. Or maybe down towards turn 2. We're going to try and defend the inside. He'll try on the outside. We can defend that one. So we'll just hold position for the time being. But I think it's just delaying the inevitable, really, isn't it? Yeah, he's definitely going to get us next lap. He's so close. And there's little I can do about it. 16 laps to go. Should we try softs at 60? Nah. No point. Yeah, he's literally all over me at the moment. Leclerc 14.5. 4 tenths quicker than my fastest lap. There he comes. Not much I can do here. Gasly's going to off the outside. And he does clear us. Pierre Gasly moves into P5. This is a tough race, man. We are going to lose quite a few points to Alonso by the seems of it. Who is only in second place right now, at least. So he's not going to get the full house of points. He'll get 18. We're finishing P6, which is what? How many points is that? 8? So he'll gain 8 points on me at the moment. Sorry, 10 points, I should say. So that gap from 24 points will go down to 14 as it stands. That's tricky. Very tricky. Jim and all, thanks for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate you, dudes. Welcome in as well. I'll try and stay with Gaz as long as I can to get DRS, but... I don't think I'll be able to hold it for too long. Leclerc goes faster, 14.5 again. DRS wide open. 14.3 for Gasly. Bro, what is this guy on?
The car behind is dropping back by about 3 tenths a lap. Well done.
Okay. Rear tyres didn't improve, apparently. Having this up, just use TV pod is crazy. Well, when you get this up, you can use cockpit for yourself then. Need a safety car? Yeah. Needed a safety car basically all race. It has not happened for us. It has not happened. But we have extended that gap to Perez now to 4.9. So that's a decent little gap to have at the moment. Just got to keep an eye on that and make sure it doesn't come down too much. The tyres are already on 16% that rear left, so... We're kind of already past the bestest medium tyre. Honestly, I feel like we really should have used the hard tyre at some point in this race. It seemed like a very, very decent tyre. Because again, we ramp up that inside curb too much. $24. Yeah, I doubt that, I'm not gonna lie. Second stint, I think? Yeah, maybe. So one thanks for following on Twitch, I appreciate it. Welcome as well, man. 5.2 to Perez, K. So we are continually to increase that gap to Sergio Perez for the time being. It's not coming down yet. The moment it comes down is the moment we can start worrying. But at the moment, everything feels okay. We are holding that gap to him at the moment. Norris is catching a little bit, but I don't think he should be too much of a threat. So this is very much looking like a P6 for ourselves at the moment. Unless someone in that top 5 retires, then, yeah, P6 is probably going to finish today. But who knows? Perez might finally find that hard tire. Finally find some use out of it. And then he might start catching us. So just got to be on our toes. We'll keep it the best we can for the time being. We're definitely already feeling the medium starting to drop off a little bit. Come on. Bit of good effort. Gets a clip of that Strelicer. Not much more you could have done. Yeah. I think, yeah, like I said earlier, I think starting on that soft tire probably wasn't the best shout. I think at the time we kind of felt like we needed to sort of, you know, get that track position early on. And we did do that. You know, we gained a good few places. But after that, we really struggled on the soft tire. And every time the medium tire got to the end of life as well, we really struggled on that. So yeah, I do feel like we probably should use the hard tire. I think that's a lesson for next time we visit this track, is to do that hard tire. Great, enjoy watching this. Let's go, Bruce. Love that, man. Thank you, dudes. Appreciate you being here, man. 5.7 to Perez. I think that gap is still opening. Restart the race. Yeah, redo the last 60 laps. Hello. I'm going to assume that was a misclick from K-Crate. I'm going to assume that was a misclick. I remember my first beer. 5.9 to Perez, so again, that gap continues to grow. I'll tell you what, I'm honestly looking at those gaps. I think I'm more concerned of Lando than I am of Perez right now. At 6.9 to Lando Norris. I think maybe Lando could be a bit of a threat towards the end of this this race. I think he might get Perez by the end of this lap. And honestly, keep your eyes on Lando Norris for him hunting us down here, because he's getting closer and closer. Just gotta hope that Perez holds him up a little bit more through this final sector. And that will just give us the best chance possible. What's our tires right now? Red F's on 22%. 6.3 to Norris. He's been getting a good bit, isn't he? And I think he's going to pass him down towards turn 1. We're not quite comfortable just yet, chat. Although P6 might be a bad result, it could be about to get a lot worse. Norris has passed Sergio Perez. And the gap between us and Lando Norris is 5.8 seconds with 9 laps to go. This is very possible that Norris can pip us here.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead.
It's very possible.
Seconds.
Keep your eyes on that gap. 5.5 seconds. Checker's trying to get back to Lando. Think it's too far back. 1.3 seconds between them. He hasn't even got DRS. 5.1 seconds to Lando. He's so much quicker. I think last few laps he may be a genuine and major threat. We're going to have to try and cling on to this P6. Because we could be about to drop a couple more points here. Is Alonso still P2? I think he is. I think Verstappen's still P1 right now. Needs to get ahead of the lap car. Yeah, he's still quite a bit away, that lap car, the Sauber. I don't think we'll catch the Sauber. 4.6 seconds. Uh-oh. Okay, we are in genuine trouble, chat. Lando is catching massively. I don't know how he's got the pace right now, but he does, and he's catching big. Yeah, his tyres are much newer. So we did a 15 at that time around. Let's see what Lando did. Driver behind.
Norris is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps.
11 laps, much fresher.
Lap time, 1.9.
I'm going to assume that was a 14.9. He didn't say the 14, but I'm pretty sure that was a 14.9. In which case, he's almost a second a lap quicker. We are under immense threat here from Lando Norris. I don't think Perez will be a problem, but Lando Norris is definitely going to be a problem. And he's catching us at almost a second a lap right now. That's a very, very big rate. And with 7 laps to go, I don't know if we can hold on to this. I'm already feeling the rear tyre start to slide. 26% that rear left tyre. Lando Norris is going to gain on us pretty immensely. This is not over yet. This could be about to go from bad to worse. And that doesn't help when I'm sliding like that, man. .4 seconds over the line. That was another second. .15.8 again for us. Riz are literally shot. Yep. It seems like once the medium tires hit 20% around here, they just fall off a cliff. Strange. Very strange. Gap to Perez still holding. 3.6 seconds to Lando. This is a bad day for the championship, but it could get a lot worse. Six laps to go. Come on. 15.4. That was a better lap, to be fair.
5.4 seconds.
Lando's only 3.2 behind. He only gained, what, 2 tenths that lap? He didn't quite gain as much that time around. And if we're going to try and keep doing that every lap, we should, hopefully, hold on. Driver behind.
Norris behind. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old.
Well, that might do it.
Time last lap, 1 minute 15.2.
That would do it. And then Perez pushes me off after. That would do it. GG's. That's the race. We really had to push these tyres to the maximum, and I think we might just overstep the mark. And this is going to be a bad, bad day for the championship. Not only have we lost out to Norris, but we've lost out to Perez. And the Riz are still trying to go on me. Bad for the constructors as well. I mean, look at Carlos Sainz down in P9 as well. This has been a terrible day for Mercedes. Terrible, terrible day. How many points will they get on Berry? A lot. So Alonso is in second. He's going to gain 18. We're obviously in 8th. We gain 4. So 14 points, 10 points between ourselves and Alonso in the Drivers' Championship. That's horrific. You got overtaken by Red Bull's new brand ambassador? Yeah. Yeah, this hasn't been a great day. This has not been a great day. And my rears are still trying to go on me as well. The rear tires around here just do not like me. They haven't taken the championship. Not in the Drivers' Championship, no. They're 10 points below me, the Drivers. But in the Constructors, I honestly don't remember what the Constructors are like. I think Lando would have got you anyway. It would have been an interesting fight at the end between us and Lando. We definitely would have stayed above Perez, obviously. But I think that lap before, Lando only gained like 3 or 4 tenths of us at max. So I think it was possible that we could have still fought him to hold on to P6. But yeah, this day has gone from bad to worse for ourselves. And this is what we need to forget quickly and move on from. They're still trying to go on me, these rear tires. What is it? What is with the rear tires around here, man? Insane. Absolutely insane. I'm assuming we can try and cling on to Perez and maybe get DRS and just try and get some points back. But again, I don't want to overpush the car again. Prediction done then? I think so, unless Alonso gets a retirement in this race, which is very unlikely, with 3 to go. Then, oh, again, man. These rear tires are an absolute joke. They just don't grip. Every time you try and get around the corner, they just slide on you. Madness. Like, look at it. Been dealing with that all day. They just don't grip at all. Maybe wing adjustment? I mean, with 2 laps to go, I don't think there's a lot of point, is there? Don't think there's much point. For the objective? I don't really care for the objective. Did Perez break away from that 1 second there? I think he might have. Hard for the way to go behind, so it's a wonderful thing. Yep. Like I say, definitely something to remember for the future. Is that we definitely want hard tires around here because they are much stronger. And again, as soon as I get through turn 1, the rears just slide. It's so bad. So bad. And unfortunately, I think Perez will hold on to this. It's just like impossible to tell when it's going to do it. felt a little bit sketchy through there, but the corners before, it just felt fine. It's so hit and miss when it wants to just slide on you out of nowhere. Carlos Sainz is getting here as well. You better not get past me. We can't lose even more points. Two seconds to get to Sainz. 1.9, 16.1 for ourselves in the lap time. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Final lap of the race. Don't think we're going to get Sergio Perez, unfortunately. But this is a bad, bad day for the championship. A dark day for the championship. Fernando Alonso will close up by 14 points, if my maths is correct. And if he's still P2 as well, I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, the car's just not gripping at all through there. Max Verstappen takes victory here in Hungary. And that will get him quite a few places in the championship as well. He might even go above Alonso, actually. I'm not too sure. Did you readjust wing after the rain? I never adjusted it. I kept it the same the entire time. Yeah, I tell you what, Carlos Sainz got close, didn't he? It's already within a second. Thank God this checkered flag is coming out. Otherwise, we could have lost out to our teammate. And that would have been even worse. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, around the last couple of corners. And this is not a good day for the championship. Fernando Alonso, I'm pretty sure, did finish in P2. Meanwhile, we're going to come across the line. Only P8 for ourselves. That is a very, very, very tough one to take. A bitter pill to swallow here in Hungary. And a bad day for the championship. Very, very bad day. You can't always have good days. And this was certainly not one of them. The best we would have got is P6 anyway, but that's tough.
There was never a moment of
that is
doubt
tough.
today. You could tell that they completely had it under control, and that is a sign of greatness.
Yeah, at the start of the tires, they were fine. But, like, as soon as they hit around 18-20%, it just completely flipped around. Like it was driving a completely different tire at that point. It was really strange. They just immediately hit a cliff. Oh, man. Who do you think's better, Leclerc or Sainz? Leclerc. Ah, GG, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a good day for us at all in the championship. We are going to drop a lot of points. We are going to drop a lot of points. You know, the balance is bad when I could visually see the car stepping out. It was painful, dude. Like, it was so unpredictable as well. Like, sometimes be perfectly fine, then you go through the corner again a lap later and it's just skidding everywhere, so... Wow, look at those points, man. 200,000 points going to 12 people. That's crazy. That's crazy. GG's those who said Fernando Alonso. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen does win here in Hungary and puts his title charge back on. Fernando Alonso gains a huge amount of points on us, and he is 14 points behind. Gains 14 points yesterday. And we'll have a look at the championship standings in a second. George Russell in P3 with 15 points as well. Charles Leclerc in 4th with 12. Pierre Gasly started fifth, finished 5th, and also got the fastest lap as well. It's a good day for the Frenchman in that Alpine. Lando Norris had a great race as well. Started 17th, finished 6th. So finishing behind him after that is kind of painful, actually. Sergio Perez finished in P7, ourselves in P8, Sainz in P9, and Lewis Hamilton in P10. The rest of the finishes, as you can see here as well. Bad day for Lance Stroll. P7 is where he started. P11 is where he finished. So not a good day for him at all. Just the one DNF today as well, with Alex Albon DNFing earlier in the race. Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, at the championship standings, and this is going to be a painful sight. 10 points is the gap between ourselves and Max Verstappen. 205 points for ourselves, 195 for him. We only scored 4 points today. He scored 18, so a very big day for Alonso, and he gets a step close to us, a big step close to us in the championship, and suddenly the fight is back on. Max Verstappen in 24 points behind us as well. Leclerc 47 behind us, then Carlos Sainz 97 behind us at the moment as well. As for the constructor standings, Aston Martin take a big gain us as well. They're only 30 points behind us at this stage of the season. Red Bull only 70 points behind us at the moment too, with Ferrari on 186, Race Bull on 162, McLaren, Alpine, Williams, and Haas all underneath us as well there. And then Sauber still yet to score a single point so far this season. But 10 points is now the gap between ourselves and Alonso, and it's going to get very, very heated for the second half of the season. That's tough, man. Yeah, 10 points for ourselves and Alonso. 10 points. What wheel is that using? The Mazda R9 with the FSR. Somehow we actually gained a lot in our rating. I don't know how. Our focus has gone up. What? I don't know how we've gone up. Maybe because we gained on our qualifying position. I don't know. Can we see your dogs, Vince? They don't like being in the room while I'm streaming. Maybe because I'm too loud, but if you go to Dana's stream, she'll often have Amber or something on her stream. So keep your eyes on Dana's stream. Mazda's Italian? No, Chinese, actually. They're Chinese. More points between City and Liverpool than you and Alonso. Root, you're getting extremely unbearable. Not gonna lie, buddy. What brakes do I use? You mean pedals? I use the Club Sport V3 from Fanatec. Did I probably scare the dogs today? Yeah, I would be surprised if there is a dog in that room right now, to be fair. Very, very surprised. Right, let's have a look at the R&D. 5.8k is how much you got to spend, but again, with only 50%, 57% recognition, I don't think we can do a lot with that, can we? So, bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Yeah, the Club Sport V3 is what I use. Any marbles today? Probably not today, no. Probably not today. You convinced me to get back into F1? You're welcome. You are welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that then is going to be today's stream over and done with, and a bad, bad day for the championship. And as you can see, Alonso has gained a lot on us in the championship standings now. Only 10 points separate us at this point of the season as we enter the second half of the season as well. Next up is Belgium, and Belgium is a track where I think we can have a lot of confidence in. We won there last season, obviously. We got P1 there, and we finished P1 there in the first season as well. So we've got a 100% record of winning in Belgium. Will we do that again next time around on Wednesday? We'll see. You do one race a day? Yes, we do. So Wednesday, we'll have Belgium. On Thursday, we'll have Zandvoort. And then next time around, obviously, next week, we'll have the likes of Monza, Baku, and Singapore. So that'll be a tricky trio of tracks, that one. But, yeah, Belgium and Zandvoort, we won there in both those races last season, and hopefully we can do it again. We kind of need to do it again this time around. Otherwise, the championship is definitely going to be on the cusp, let's say that. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be us done and dusted for the night. Oh, man. One day, chat, one day we'll get back to consistent ways. I mean, to be fair, we have been mostly consistent, to be fair. But, yeah, that P7 in Spain, that DNF in Imola, that P8 in Hungary, those results we're going to look back on at the end of the season. And hopefully, they're not going to be detrimental. Hopefully. Like I said, the next couple of races are massive for us. So, we need to get back to the podium ways at least. Or back to beating Verstappen and Alonso in the next couple of races. Honestly, Alfie, no reason. I haven't been very consistent with it. I went away to Canada for a couple of weeks, and I went away to Sweden for a week as well. So I haven't really had a lot of chance to sit down and edit a lot of clips. But hopefully tomorrow, and I've a bit of free time tomorrow, we can go and do just that. But we'll see. Crazy thing is, if this is IRL, we'd all be rooting for Fernando. It's true. It genuinely is true. Everyone would root for Fernando if this was in real life. That is a factual point. Right. Do we want to raid Dana, chat? Do we want to raid Dana? I'm looking at her stream right now. I'm like, oh my god. You guys saw what, well, I guess it was a teaser in a way. You want to raid someone else? Tom97? What's Tom doing? Tom's doing a league race, I think. WOR, tier 3, round 4. She says she lives in Canada. It's true. That DNF was brutal. Yes, it was quite heartbreaking. Quite heartbreaking. I'm scared to check it, Jam. I'm scared to check it. I've got some saying Tom, I've got some saying Dana. let's go. The only problem with Tom97 is that he has followers only on. That's the only downside to Tom's stream, is that he has followers only on. So you can't even like chat in his stream without having to follow. Plus Alex Gillen just raided him. Okay, that kind of makes up my mind, actually. That kind of makes up my mind. We're going to raid Dana. We're going to raid Dana. Seeing someone raid Tom there made me feel a bit less bad about it. All right, we're going to raid Dana, ladies and gentlemen. She's currently live right now playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. She's also a big F1 fan herself, so I'm sure she'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you guys about F1. So if you haven't followed her already, do drop her a follow if you haven't already. Next time I'll be live will be on Wednesday, 5 UK time, as always. On Wednesday, we'll be back for the Belgian Grand Prix. We need to get back to winning ways. We haven't won since, obviously, Silverstone. Before that was Australia. So we've not taken many wins this season, so we're going to need to aim for number 5 on Wednesday. Redemption is what we need, ladies and gentlemen. Redemption. All my social medias are in the chat. If you haven't followed me on social media already, make sure you do so. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all in the chat. Make sure you jump on Discord if you haven't already. It's where we get announcements as we go live. There's a schedule, so you can see what we're doing on what day. And of course, you can hang out with me and all the other viewers on Discord as well. For those on TikTok, click the link in my bio. That takes to all my social medias as well. But do jump in our Discord. Best place to be for everything community related and stream related. So, yeah, do jump in on that if you haven't already. But until Wednesday, have a fantastic rest of your night. Get the Vincent raids up in the chat. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 5 UK time. As always, good night.